Hey everyone, welcome back to Roll with Advantage. We did something special this time around for this episode, which is only going to be available on our YouTube channel and on Patreon. But I guess if you're listening to this, you already know that. So, anyways, we're doing something special. We wanted to do a new player experience D&D session. So what we did was Adam and I convinced our wives to join some of us from the cast in a one-shot session. So kick back and enjoy the episode as we go through character creation and basic understanding of the rules, and we experience this world that I created in a week. If you enjoy the episode, let us know by liking and commenting, and give us some constructive feedback. Let us know how we're doing, and if you want to see these kind of things in the future, who knows? Maybe we'll make it happen. Why don't we go around the table and just introduce ourselves as players and how long we've been playing, or kind of our experiences with D&D.
Hi, my name is Adam. I'm a player.
Oh my god, no you're not.
Of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, jeez.
He's been awake for far too long.
I've been awake for far too long. I also I do a lot of the audio work. Roll with Advantage has been my project from season 1, episode 1. So
you've done a lot of D&D stuff over the years.
You've had to listen to their voices twice a lot.
Yeah.
Gets very
I get to hear it
repetitive.
too.
Yeah.
I'll hear him like play something and then go back and replay it, and I'm like, oh my god, how many times I gotta play that?
How long have you been playing?
I first played in high school, freshman year.
And high school was
Your
several years
brother
ago.
was DM.
AJ's brother?
Yep. And I didn't play for a while after that. And then mostly I've just been playing since we started our current group.
Yeah.
I just realized it's been almost a decade since high school.
Ain't that
No, please
crazy?
don't say
Yeah.
that.
So Britt, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Brittany. I am Adam's wife.
Wow, nice pause.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let me...
We could hear the dripping regret.
I forgot. Hey, I am also married to Brittany.
Yeah, there it is. That's why the regret was there.
I'm sorry, I just forgot.
Oh god, okay. No, I love him.
He's great.
I
He's
love
great.
him. He's awesome.
He's great.
It was in the vows. She has to say that.
I do.
Britt, why do you have such a big bottle of wine? Stop dancing on the table.
And I've never played D&D, so this is my very first time. So.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Welcome.
What have you had any exposure with to D&D? Like, have you listened to or watched Penny Arcade's acquisitions?
Have you watched stuff on YouTube about D&D?
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Okay, yeah, we watched Stranger Things, we watched Big Bang Theory, they played on there. And then I just hear him editing podcasts and everything. So.
Okay.
That's more
But that's
exposure than I
about
had.
it. So.
Yeah.
That's more than I had when I started.
Okay. Go ahead, Alexis.
So I'm Alexis
Or Allie.
or Allie, but considering it's a losing battle because Alan only calls me Alexis.
It's so cute.
I also named your track Alexis. So
Yeah, it's just
It's
kind
official.
of it's just been taken over.
That's your name.
That's the real name, but you know
I'll call you by whatever name you like.
it doesn't
it's
matter.
a really weird thing
It
to call
doesn't
her.
matter.
Should probably call her Allie or Alexis.
Yeah, that's a pretty long.
That's really long-winded.
The daggers.
I think you mean the dadgers.
Oh god. So Alexis, continue.
So I'm Alan's wife, and so all of my D&D.
What is it with
I'm already nervous talking.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
There wasn't a pause of regret there.
No,
It was
just-
if she regretted something, it would have happened before now.
She wouldn't have married him.
kind of an
She wouldn't
open
have had a
book.
kid
Yeah.
with him.
yeah, he's still my fave. All of my D&D exposures due to Alan nerding out all the time. He started watching the Acquisitions, and even though I didn't get it, I made him restart it because their story's kind of funny. But yeah, that's I like the stories to that. I don't necessarily understand all the rules, but I get a vague idea from having seen so many.
To be honest, though, that's all you need. Like, a vague idea of the rules.
I see why those characters forget a lot of the crap sometimes because, like,
A lot of the crap.
There's a lot going on.
yeah, there's quite a
There's
bit
a lot.
going on. But yeah, that's
That's what Alan's for, though. We just
Yeah.
go, Alan, I don't remember, and he
Yeah,
goes,
I'll be like,
shuffle,
I
shuffle, shuffle."
remember. I remember all.
So, I'm Marina. I did a somewhat short, medium-sized campaign with the Roll with Advantage group, and then the current longer campaign that is ongoing. I still sometimes have to double check on things, and I'm actually going to probably need a little refresher on non-magic attacking once or twice.
No worries.
So yeah, I've been doing this like
Little-
most weekends for a year, and every once in a while I still need a refresher. We all look out for each
Almost
other.
2 years. Because the
yeah.
because the previous campaign went for
We've gone
a
through
decently
2
long time.
winter breaks
Yep.
on
Yeah.
things. So,
But yeah, so it's a team effort.
yeah.
so I'm AJ. I've been playing D&D since high school. More than 10 years ago, because I started early in high school playing D&D 3.5 with my brother and his friends.
You're old.
Adam's older.
yeah.
Just the
Thanks.
since I was like early on in high school and all that.
It's been
I played
half my life now.
I played D&D
Yeah,
3.5, which
pretty
was like
close.
2 versions ago.
Yep.
It's only
I'm allowed to tease you because by the way, I forgot to say, but I'm married to AJ.
Ha! Nope.
In your face, Marina.
I don't know. If people laughed at me.
Theirs
So
is a lot newer than yours.
Yeah, but it was just so cute. You know I love you.
I wanted to get a ha.
Okay.
Um,
I'll fully admit that I forgot to mention that. I have no shame in it.
so yeah, Marina and I are married, and
Recently, actually.
I am the reason that she
Technically,
plays D&D because I wanted her to get into it, and it's worked marvelously.
Yeah, you complain so
Yeah.
much. He complains so much about it.
Yep. It's just awful that we have this shared interest. So yeah, I've been playing D&D quite a while, various groups, a lot of the same people in different configurations, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm Alan. I'm the perpetual DM. I have been playing for a very long time. Started with AJ and a mutual friend, Joe, who all of us at the table know. I have been DMing for many years. It seems as if it only started quite recently, but looking back, I've been DMing for probably 5 or 6 years. So on and off, not
We
not
didn't have
fully,
anything
but
going on for quite a few years, but
Yep.
That makes sense.
It's always been in the back of my mind. I really enjoy writing stories.
He gets really into it.
I do get really into it. I have a 13-page module that I wrote just for Sunday. I've been playing for probably the better part of 10 years. AJ's been playing a little longer than I have, but I thoroughly enjoy it, and I hope but I hope you all enjoy this one-shot campaign.
You're supposed to mention we're married.
I was gonna say he's married to Allie.
Alexis already said that.
Alexis.
So.
No, you have to mention it too. Everyone else mentioned it twice.
I guess I'm married to Alexis.
I'm gonna throw something.
That was worse than mine.
You guess?
Well, I had to join the group. No,
Somebody's sleeping on the
am-
couch tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I am happily married to Alexis. We have a son, Anthony, and yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick our abilities scores. So what I've had you guys do before we met up was I had you pick out a class that you would like to play, a race that you want to be, and just kind of some background stuff. And so now we're going to basically fill in what abilities your characters have. So if you see on your character sheet on the left-hand side of the standard character sheets, there's a bunch of boxes down the side, and they've got things like Constitution, Dexterity, Intelligence, things like that. Those are your ability scores. So ability scores can be determined by a few different things. I personally like to choose the rolling method, where you roll 4d6 and you take the top 3, and then you do that 5 more times, so 6 times total. After that, what you need to do is apply these stats to your ability scores. You want to put your highest score in the things that matter most to your character. So if you're a cleric, you're going to want to really focus on things like wisdom. If you're a fighter, you want to focus on dex or strength based on your build type, things like that. It's never a bad idea to put a good amount in your dexterity, because dexterity determines your AC, like how easy are you to hit. So why don't you roll those and go ahead and choose where you want to put them, and then we'll move on from there.
So for each of my 6 numbers, I rolled 4 of the d6s.
Yep.
And then I'm going to add up the top 3. Okay.
Yep.
Guys,
What?
why are there clerics in the D&D world?
Why not?
I just have a feeling that people writing all day is just not beneficial to fighting.
God damn it! I knew the joke was coming.
I don't get it.
Cleric?
Cleric, as in
As
like
in
a-
a cleric.
Like a library.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cleric.
Adam, that's not funny.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I think
We tell him all the time it doesn't work.
I think you misunderstand my humor here.
No, she completely understands.
I already know, like, that I'm not funny, but I'm helping you come to terms with it.
Okay, Brad. Your face is getting red.
All right. On a more serious note,
So
for clerics, there's a description here in the class that says quick build, and that kind of tells you what you need to do. Your score, first wisdom should be your highest ability score, followed by strength or constitution. So your wisdom, take the highest that you've rolled. So Britt, you've got your wisdom already. What's your next highest score? And I guess the third highest.
She's got like the rest are 15. And then a default 8.
excellent.
I have 3 15s and 1 13 and an 8.
So your strength and your constitution scores should probably be your 15s.
Strength is what you use to like attack and stuff. Constitution just
Physically
counts
attack,
for
as in, hit something with a
bash
sword.
people over
Yeah.
the head with your mace that we picked out earlier.
Yep.
The next few are sort of up to you and how you want your character to be. So your intelligence score is not super important for a cleric. If you want your character to be a more intelligent one, you could give that a high score. In my opinion, dexterity is always an important one because that tends to help your armor class, which makes you harder to hit. Charisma, that and intelligence, not super useful in my opinion.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of cleric you are and stuff like that too. So
those scores just tend to be
they're RP
for your own RP kind of things,
which is roleplay. Sorry,
that's just a thing you kind of get. The physical scores tend to be more used as far as like when you're fighting enemies. There might be things that you have to make constitution saves for. That's just why you want to have high constitution. And you'll just kind of get a feel for that. If you play more, you'll learn what the scores are more useful for. Intelligence and charisma are good for classes that need it, but not so much as like a generic, other class that doesn't rely on them. Those scores are less important as far as what they are.
Okay.
So...
Also, I like to think of my low score to actually be kind of fun because, if you've got a negative intelligent character, that's hilarious. That's like you get a really stupid character. That's fun. Or like somebody who's super awkward because they have negative charisma. It adds flavor. That's why I require at least one negative. So.
Or no, I was just saying I'm super awkward.
Oh. When you said the awkward, I was like, my husband.
So I tanked wisdom because my guy is going to be pretty smart. Nice. But he does really I didn't think of that shit.
So what I kind of want to do is I want to go around the table and I want you all to introduce your characters.
All right, fun fact, I picked a Norse name. Mostly because I thought it said horse.
You are extremely tired.
Yeah, I was
really
fully
tired.
alert and awake at the time of recording.
Hi, everybody. My name's Skari. From a young age, I ventured out and joined a merchant caravan. I knew I was destined for more than the small village that I grew up in. And I did this with the blessing of my parents. They were very happy to see me go off and...
Go away.
Not be a burden, some mouth to feed anymore. You're 18,
Listen,
get out
I
of
didn't
here.
talk during your guys' backstory, so...
You're the first one. You're the first one.
So my parents gave me a dagger as a family heirloom, and it means a lot to me. When I was a teen, the caravan that I joined was attacked, and the leader was among those killed. I stood up and led the survivors to safety. My parents would be proud. I haven't talked to them since this happened, but if they knew, they'd be like, yeah, good one. One day after... I'm sorry, how do you pronounce the town from the background?
Toridia.
Toridia?
Yep.
One day after reaching Toridia and selling quite a load of goods and such, we went out to celebrate our successful trip. Normally I don't drink, so it's important to keep a level head, especially if you're leading a caravan and whatnot. But I drank a lot that night. I woke in the desert, alone, with a half-empty wagon and no horse. I'm guessing I drunkenly left with some of the goods, trying to deliver them. The horse must not have been tied up really well. He probably just ran away after coming dislodged. Thankfully, the cart had a lot of food and water, so I'd be able to survive my trek back home. There's also a strange lamp. I released some sort of celestial or fae from the lamp. And in return from releasing him, he offered me 3 wishes. Now, in my defense, this was like the worst hangover I've ever had, okay? But never to pass up an opportunity to crack a wise one. I said, "Oh, I wish I wasn't hungover." And my headache was gone. And I was like, "Ah, oh, shit. I really wish I hadn't have done that." And my headache was back. So in a panic, thinking for some reason this obviously is a time-based thing, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind that made sense, which was, "I wish for great power." The being chuckled, seems to think I'm a moron or something, and handed me a book and my family knife. In the knife rested a new gem. While I was examining the gem, he disappeared. I would later discover that I could now perform magic. Slight catch though, I have no idea how to control it. All I know is that I have this book and there's words in it. They don't make any sense. But when I read them, I get like this idea about stuff. And then I do the stuff, like say certain things, act out certain motions, and then stuff happens.
So I think because you have this traveler background, you would be very aware of Sandy's stables, lodgings, and more. And you probably know Sandy fairly well, just from your travel and patronage.
From previous trips and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep that in mind. That'd be a great tie to the town. Brittany.
Okay. Do we have to have the town name somehow in our background?
No.
Okay, good. Because I was like, yeah, you didn't tell me that. Nope. Okay. My name is Althea, and I'm a cleric. And my backstory is...
What race?
Oh, I'm a wood elf.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
From a young age, my mother taught me the art of healing. She would quiz me daily on what herbs we had in our garden and what their purpose was. We came from a long line of healers, never knowing who our fathers were. Healing magic was soon banned in my country, and every healer was sentenced to death. My mother risked her life just to grant me a couple extra minutes to escape. I watched from my hiding place as she was burned alive.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it has a very dark background.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, so I traveled through mountains and overseas to get to the Tower of the Healers, where I would be safe and could continue my education. That's where mine ends.
Nice.
Was not that long.
That's all right.
It's longer than mine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
short is
prepare.
just fine. How do you think you come into this town? I assume your patron is probably the elf god, correct? Or do you have a different god in mind?
We didn't pick a patron.
Okay.
You need one as a cleric.
Yeah.
I'll do an elf god.
We
That's
picked
fine.
the section-y thing, the what section of cleric?
The domain.
Yeah, the domain.
That's
Yeah.
the word.
Yep.
And that's where we ended the
Basically-
Did you do life domain?
Yep.
Hey, we got 2 life domainers.
Basically, your
Motherfucker.
patron is the god.
Theoretically, we'll never die.
That's your
Healing.
You can
The
heal
2
shit.
that
okay,
can heal
gotcha.
you are the 2 that don't know how to play.
We have a resident professional cleric.
Yes. But yeah, so your patron
roll
is
with
basically the god that gives your character the cleric powers.
Okay.
So how did you come to this town? I mean, you were running.
Crap.
If you like, I can suggest.
You were running away, and this was like the third
Yeah.
town you came
Yeah,
across.
I was gonna
So-
say, can like the
yeah.
Tower of Healers be in this town or something?
Yeah, actually, the Ilmater or Shanti. Ilmater's probably going to be more healer based, where Shanti is more nature based. But that doesn't mean that there aren't healers in the Shanti. Yeah. So, I think let's say your character came from east of the Anaroch Desert, and eventually hitched a ride with one of the trade caravans, and that's how you made it to Toridia.
Okay. I could have been part of your caravan.
Quite potentially, that could be one of your bonds at the table. Yeah.
Come back and sound like, hey, I remember you.
Alexis.
The character backstory, Alan left me to do that myself, and I kind of just had bullet points. I didn't have a cute little story or nice little
Morbid one.
or a morbid one. One of my bullet points is like I like food, so. But
Probably
something-
helps you with your life stuff.
Yeah.
I already relate to your character.
so, when I was looking for a name, the only because I'm a half elf, and I wanted an elf last name, and the only one I could really like say was Kolana. So I'm hoping I'm saying it right, but of course, as soon as
You are. It's your character. You're saying it right.
I know, but it's in a book. I feel like it already has a way to say it.
Not, the listeners can't read what you wrote, so
Fair. So as soon as I said my last name to Alan, he automatically goes Lana. So I just made that her first name too,
So Lana Colana?
Lana Del Colana, as a nod to Lana Del Rey, because I'm Lana obsessed. And I knew this was coming the whole time, because as soon as I would say my last name, that's gonna happen.
I will refrain.
No, he won't. No.
It rolls off the tongue very nicely.
Yes. So that's her name. And then she's a cleric too. And then she was born in this town and joined up the Temple of Shanti. And since I don't really know what clerics actually do, she does clerical things.
So
I'm looking
Like
at you,
write
Adam.
books.
The Temple of Shanti would be mostly focused around maintaining the fields.
Yeah, she's about food. She likes food. She wants the food to still be there. So
Yeah.
that's why she
Okay.
joined that.
Okay.
Make the food happen.
Food heals the soul.
Does.
Yep, there we go. I'm gonna write that as one of my bullet points.
Also, it nourishes you
that's
so
good.
you don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like pizza.
Yes.
I'm just
Pizza is a
like
food,
really
yes.
want pizza.
She's mildly nervous all the time. She tends to follow the rules because I too tend to follow the rules. So I figure relatable to me is best for me personally.
So I am a dwarf barbarian, and my name is Scoria, which, thanks to Google, I know is a type of igneous rock, so basically volcanic rock.
Nice.
Because I wanted something fire related, and I wasn't liking any of the dwarf names I was seeing. They were all really lame sounding.
Rock names are a definite good go-to.
So, and I guess my last name is Forgefire since I'm married to whatever your name is.
Nalral.
Nalral.
Kind of
okay.
reminds you of narwhal. Or narwhal, whatever.
Narwhal.
Don't get me started on narwhals.
So my character is Scoria Forgefire, dwarf barbarian. I'm an outlander, so I've kind of been roaming the woods for a long time. I'm assuming that me and my husband do our own thing a lot. But I'm a mountain dwarf, so that's kind of the more strong-ish type dwarf was my understanding compared to the hill dwarf. And so yeah, since I'm an outlander, I basically decided that I was a bounty hunter. Well, am a bounty hunter. I'm really big on nature and survival in nature. I really don't like people with a lot of money or like, oh, I have to have fine manners because I'm an aristocrat. Because if they spent an hour outside of town, they'd probably die. So yeah, I'm all about nature, being strong, big on family and clans, and just probably like my parents got killed by an animal when I was really young, and that really scarred me, and that's why I'm a bounty hunter. And I'm an outlander also, because like I have my tribe, but since my parents are all dead, I don't feel as connected to them as I probably should. Sure. So, but yeah, so bounty hunter, one day while doing bounties, I met Nalral, and we had a very dwarfish romantic affair that led to marriage.
You guys went mining together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mining in our hearts. Our
Deep
hearts and
mining.
souls.
Mine each other's diamonds.
Just a quick
Yeah.
question.
Oh.
Where's the pickaxe?
To wrap up, I came to Teridia, which I totally didn't just have to look that up right now, because of some sort of bounty that I just finished, and I have no current bounty to do, so I'm trying to figure out my next step.
Looking for where?
Yeah. And maybe trying to find my husband. Because again, we do our own thing, and we just kind of...
I was going to lean towards I was like your agent that got you all the jobs.
Ooh.
yeah, because you're a bard.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
So I just have to figure out what bar...
No.
I just have to figure out what bar you're at then.
Exactly.
That's just...
Nice.
That's just why I didn't know where you were.
So AJ,
That's all.
that leads very nicely into your character.
All sorts of things. I'm Nalral Fireforge. I am a hill dwarf, bard, who used to be in the City Watch, but decided to leave that and become an agent for my bounty hunting wife.
Hell yeah.
And I know both my parents. And apparently, given the way that I rolled that I was born, they are part of a secret society. Because I was born in the headquarters of the secret society.
Is that like an official
Interesting.
title, or is that a...
Some secret society.
Oh, okay.
It's not like
You don't
secret
know what it
society.
is.
It's
He
not,
doesn't even know.
It's not capitalized.
You
It's
don't know that.
lowercase secret society.
She gets what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what she was asking.
I had a relatively happy childhood, living in a rundown shack, so presumably we left the secret society.
Maybe got kicked out.
Maybe they don't appreciate childbirth in the secret society headquarters.
What the fuck just happened?
Maybe you weren't ever
Why
like
is there a
part of it.
placenta
You
on
just
the ground?
busted in and had a kid.
Yeah,
This is too far, Brenda.
it's a secret society for
God.
married couples who don't want children.
We said no kids, Brenda.
Yep.
Well, now your mom's name is Brenda.
Apparently.
Brenda Forgefire.
I became a bard because I felt a calling to recount the deeds of champions and heroes, to bring them alive in song and story.
Nice.
And someday I'll sing the songs of my heroic wife.
Is that how you wooed her?
Maybe.
Someday? You
Someday.
mean you don't already sing them?
We're level 1, hun. You don't have very many awesome deeds to your name.
I see how
My
this
wife
works.
killed a badger.
I
Marrying
see
you
how
doesn't
this
count
works.
as
Killing
an awesome
rats,
deed.
no, it's not really an awesome deed, apparently.
I think you're
Session 2, divorce.
Apparently, I've accomplished nothing in my life worth singing about. I see.
Aww.
We're still just level
So it
1.
begins.
Can point that out.
That's true.
I didn't have
Level
to have
one.
killed amazing things to
I
have
don't like it
amazing
when mommy and daddy
stories.
fight.
So yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. Okay. What kind of bard are you? Are you a singing bard, a talking bard, just a really showy person?
We'll find out.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to go over a couple high-level things before we get started. First off, there's a thing called advantage in this game, and disadvantage.
And you roll with it.
Hashtag roll with advantage.
Always be branding.
So what I do is I can give you advantage or disadvantage based on situations, or if you guys do something that is super inspiring through roleplay or through combat or anything like that.
Or because I'm your wife.
Nope, not at all. I will not bend those rules.
I know.
Come on.
But if you guys,
unfair to the rest of
yes,
I know.
yes, because AJ is not my wife. If you guys do something that is really cool through roleplay or through combat, I can give you guys something called inspiration, which you can spend at your leisure to give yourself advantage. Now, how this all works out is advantage allows you to roll 2 d20s, and you take the higher of the two. Disadvantage is the reverse of that. You roll 2 d20s and take the lower of the two. And that's pretty much it. They do cancel each other out, but I'll get into those if we run into those situations. It's pretty simple. So another thing is feel free to talk how you want to, as far as like in character or things like my character does this. That's fine.
Yeah, I normally don't talk in character, so
That
Which
doesn't
is
sound
totally
like something
fine.
I can do very well.
Yeah, me either.
And,
I keep wanting to, but then
and that's totally fine. But I do ask, please try to address people at the table as their character name. Yeah, so let's begin. Somewhere lost in the great Anaroch Desert is a town called Toridia. It is surrounded by hot yellow sands as far as the eye can see. The roads here are like the spokes of a wheel making their way from the immense well in the center of town and move outward to die in these sands. The people here are content and hard-working folk. The Temple of Ilmatter inspires them to persevere in the hot, desolate place, and the Temple of Shanti makes that feat doable by providing the divinely grown food. The town is well populated with about 2,000 people, all of which get their water from the marble fountain in the center of town. A plaque on the fountain reads, "Built by the suffering god so that all others need not know suffering." The town was happy and quiet. It even managed to gain a few trade lines with some of the towns to the east, and the townspeople reveled in their contentment. Until just a few days ago, the hot sun soared high in the sky over the town center. A black raven flew to the top of the fountain to take its afternoon bird bath before continuing to see its master. The raven squawked in defiance, and the bustling town square grew immediately silent. The fountain was no longer producing water. A hooded monk of Ilmatter noticed immediately, stood and dropped his scrubbing brush, and ran off to the temple to inform the burdened saint. The two temples have allied resources for now, to keep the town at ease, but the Temple of Shanti's water supplies are soon running low, and the ordered caravans of water have not yet arrived. This is where our story begins. In the Garden of Shanti, under the tall maple tree, surrounded by the divine garden that feeds the town, a group of adventurers meets for the first time and breaks bread under the cold summer night sky. I imagine you all are sitting down for this meal as you all are just kind of first meeting Lana and some of the others here, and just kind of getting to know each other. We'll get rid of the niceties as we've covered a lot of it in the first session. But Lana, a small halfling, runs up to you. It is a male halfling and looks like one of the people who help tend the farms. This halfling doesn't have any cleric-like abilities or any tie to the church, and seems a little inebriated. And he tugs on your vestments and he says, Miss Lana, Sandy is requesting your presence.
Is this something like that happens a lot?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually when Sandy requests your presence, it's usually to heal people who might have started a fight in the tavern, or to heal a horse that might have been bitten by a poisonous snake or something like that.
Okay, I ask him if it's urgent.
And he kind of looks at the meal going on and he says, I think she'd be okay with you finishing your meal, but she wants to see you tonight.
Okay, can I like gently put him in a nice safe place where he's okay and not gonna hurt anybody because he's drunk?
The halfling?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Where would you like to put him? I mean,
I'm
so
sure
imagine
they've got like
Shrink
stables.
him and put him into like a little
Yeah.
bottle.
Probably like stables nearby, or like just random little.
Like at the
Hallway.
top of a stable where there's not other critters, and like in one of those like those things that I need to buy for Anthony that like tuck it in and to the bed so that he can't roll off.
Like a little guardrail type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, where you're having dinner is out under the stars actually.
Ooh.
And there's fields all around this like temple to Shanti, and you guys are eating out around the fields. There's
Can I just like set him by like a tree then and like give him a little bit of food?
yeah, you can set him like under a lemon tree or something like that, and kind of like pat his head, and
Tuck him in,
feed him
like-
like a horse.
No, I was gonna feed
He's
him like
not
a
that
real
drunk.
person.
Oh, okay.
Not like horse like, just real person like.
Okay. Yeah. So you nurture this drunken person to sleep, and you go back to your meal. What do you want to do?
So who is that person that we need to speak with after the meal?
Sandy.
Sandy.
Oh, I know Sandy. She takes care of my horses when we roll through.
Yeah, she has stables, lodgings, and more.
Well, I get like little to-go bags, and then we kind of head out over there. Is
Get
that
little
cool?
to-go bags. I love it.
Like the little Chinese takeout.
Yeah.
Ooh, boxes.
They're
to-go
Shanti
boxes.
takeouts.
Yeah, and they have the little rose and green symbol stamped on them already.
I don't know if I should go back to Sandy's. I think I got really drunk there last night.
Adam,
Scary.
Scary. That sounds like a problem a lot for you.
That
It
sounds
only
like.
happened the one time.
Well, suck it up and don't do it again.
Well, if it only happened the one time, you shouldn't have anything to worry about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I don't know what I did.
Well, we'll make sure you don't drink.
Yeah.
So you guys take the to-go boxes or whatever with you then?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
not leaving food behind.
Exactly. She gets it.
So you guys traverse these spider web like streets, and you come upon a large wedge shaped building. Like all the other buildings around here, they have like a sandstone plaster smooth face to them, and it's multi-tiered. It has three stories, and when you approach, the noise from the tap room is the first thing that you hear as you see Sandy's place. The sound of music and laughter fills the night air. There are two parts to this wedge-shaped building. To your right is the shop, and to your left is the actual tap room. In the shop, you can see a fair-skinned dwarven male who is sipping a fresh mug of ale. To the left, as you enter into this greeting area, you can see through this archway a whirlwind of a young dwarf woman serving up drinks and food to all of the patrons at the bar. You see the people around, the males and females, laughing and joking, and some of them are professing their love to this beautiful dwarven lady. There is a grand staircase in the tap room that goes upward to the second floor and filtering into the third floor. And down this grand staircase comes a larger, slightly older, mahogany-skinned looking dwarf woman who locks eyes with Skari and is now hastening her pace. She sees you as well, Lana, and she starts to recognize some of you in the party. And when she runs up, the first one she hugs is Skari, and she says, "I haven't seen you in days. Where have you been?"
It's been days.
Yeah. It's how. Oh God, how drunk were you?
I don't know. I just woke up in the desert.
Oh, Mirrodin's beard. Oh my gosh. You were swinging from the chandeliers. It was fantastic. You owe me a bit of money, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Did I break something?
No, you drank a lot and then disappeared. But it doesn't matter. We'll take care of that later. Maybe what your group can do for me will help make up for that devastating loss.
A little bit of money, devastating loss.
She says, Lady Lana, is this your adventuring crew? Did Jerry get a hold of you, and tell you any of the details?
He just said to come see you. I'm assuming that's the little guy that we had to tuck in.
God damn it, Jerry. Well, he was supposed to tell you that I have a task for you and to bring a group of people to help you with the task.
I seem to have brought a group of people.
I see that. So why don't you step outside with me? All
me?
of you. No, all of you.
Do you have a bounty for us?
Quite potentially.
Ooh.
So you all walk outside, and out in the street, she kind of gathers you all in almost like a huddle, like a circle. And there is nobody out in the street. It's fairly late. Most of the people that would be out in the street are in Sandy's, just because of all the homely feeling and
the alcohol.
And it is the place to go for travelers who want to feel like they're at home. It's that kind of place. It's very nice. And so anyway, she's out in the street with you guys in a huddle, and she says, this is going to sound crazy, but I have been having a lot of complaints from my clients that not only are we running out of liquids, like clean water and stuff like that, with the well, but they're not getting fresh horses anymore. And when I talked to my son Roland, I found out that the horses and him have not been sleeping. And when I inquired about this, it turns out that there is this moan that's coming from the storm drains. Now, you guys know as much as I do, it doesn't rain here in the desert that often. But when it does, it's a flash flood. So we've got the sewer system that the monks of Ilmater put in. But there's this like howl that's coming from the storm drains. I've done a little bit of digging, just a little bit, and I found that there's 3 storm drains in particular that are doing this, and I haven't been able to figure out why. And that's what I'm hoping that you all will be able to do for me, is find out why and potentially keep it from happening in the future, so that these poor horses and my son can sleep.
Hell yes.
Well, Sandy, let me tell you what I can do for you here. I got a guy up in Trebor. He sells the best horses you've ever seen. So I'll just send one of my guys up there. Okay, he'll bring a little missive with him, and we'll hook up some horses to some wagons. We'll fill the wagons with liquor, water, anything you need. And we'll just bring it right down here.
What if it's another poor little like drunk halfling just sitting in a storm drain?
Sounds like there might be a monster in the storm drain. So if we bring those horses, they're just gonna get eaten. We have to go find this monster and kill it, and then we'll be done.
In that case, I can go up to Neverwinter. I know the best mercenaries in Neverwinter. We can hire them. Okay. It's a small finder's fee for us, but it's all business. But it seems like this is what you need. You need fresh horses, mercenaries.
We got this.
Well, if we take care of this critter, and does this help with Scari's debt?
It would mean the world to me. As you know, like I'm fighting to stay on top as far as the best stable in town, and with business so lean, I gotta keep all the customers I have. So yeah, it'd wipe his debt out easily.
And for the rest of us who, don't
have
have
debt.
existing
Yeah,
debt.
the rest of us who aren't dumb. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you.
I will make sure to set you all up with a very well-deserved pay.
Whether it's good beer or fine coin, I'm happy either way.
I kind of imagine like Scoria like with her hands, like her fingers crossed, like please be a monster, please be a monster, please be a monster.
She was like rubbing her hands in excitement as soon as she heard like the whole like, oh, there's a moaning noise, and she's like, oh yeah, this is something we can kill. We got this.
I'm pretty sure Lana hopes all the time that it's not a monster and it's just something that needs some help. Maybe a hug.
That was
Because she's all nervous.
so yeah.
Maybe a hug.
My person's seen death. They can deal with it.
Lana seems to be very nurturing and caring, so yeah, it makes sense. So what are the 3 storm drain, storm well, whatchamacallits?
So the 3 that I've noticed are this one right here in front of my shop.
Convenient.
Not
really.
Not really.
Sort of inconvenient.
Convenient for us, I mean.
The other one is over by Zaphod's, and the third one is just north, just at the north part of the Broken Fountain.
Oh, and does it happen at a certain time of day, these noises?
I'm not sure. Really, my son Roland, he might know. I mean, it's been keeping him up, so I'm sure he'll know.
Oh, I just wanted to see if you know.
Let's go talk to Roland.
Just to make it clear too, if you guys want to do any quick shopping or anything like that, Sandy's is the place to get like any extra armor, weaponry, things like that.
I wonder if there's torches or candles. Preferably torches at Sandy's.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, but you guys probably have light as a cantrip anyways. If
I
it gets
don't
dark.
think so.
Oh, no?
I don't
Okay.
think I do.
Sandy says, and if you need anything out of our shop, let my husband know, and we'll give you a good discount, just as long as it's going to help get rid of this noise.
I pull Sandy aside real quick and I say, listen, Sandy, have you ever seen anything like this? And I pull out my book.
Oh, you're acting.
There was
okay.
a lot of pause there.
Sandy was like visibly sweating.
I pull out my sword.
Is this infected?
So
I feel like Lana gets that a lot.
Did I wander off with anyone 3 nights ago?
so she has the book and she's like kind of thumbing through it a little bit, and she goes, a lot of this looks very arcane. My husband's pretty good with the arcane stuff. He might know. Otherwise, I hear Zaphod is really good with arcane things. I would be really careful showing this to Zaphod, though.
Is your husband around?
Yeah, he's manning the shop right now.
We walked by him or saw him on our way in.
I go quick chat with him.
So the fair-skinned dwarf, who's like polar opposite of Sandy. So Sandy's got this like this dark brown peanut butter type hair, like and this rich mahogany skin, and this fair-skinned dwarf, her husband, is blonde, big bushy blonde beard, white as the snow, even for in a desert area. He doesn't seem to go outside that often. And he's like, he's rubbing his beard and he's looking through the book and he says, I think this might be a spell book. I don't know what all these mean. I'm no wizard myself, but I've seen some of these symbols.
So if one could read this book and say decipher things in it, they might be a wizard?
Yeah, I mean, if one can decipher the things in this book and then use them, yes, I'd say there's some sort of spellcaster, a wizard, a sorcerer, or something like that.
Cool.
Why do you ask?
No reason.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
So what do you guys want to do?
Let's jump in the sewer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I vote same.
Let's go.
I vote cautiously doing so.
That is
I'm gonna guess.
also wise.
Less jumping, but still into the sewer.
Yeah.
Maybe shouting down first, seeing, hey.
I'm like, let's just jump.
moaning down there.
I'm guessing my
Great,
character and my
bye.
cleric is a little more adventurous.
Oh, I'm happy to jump in first. Yeah, let's just go through the storm. Is it a storm drain? Storm
It's a storm
well?
drain.
Drain, okay.
So, when you go over to the place where Sandy was talking about, what you see are bars, basically cemented into the ground into these bricks. Mm-hmm. So there's these bricks around with these bars in them, and you can see downward. You couldn't fit in this even if you tried.
Is it something that I could lift up?
You can certainly attempt to.
While she's doing that, can I press all the stones around, hoping for just a secret passage?
Like Diagon Alley?
Yeah.
Just hit it a couple times,
You
knock,
crack
knock.
me up.
Are we doing athletics?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be 6 plus 14, 20.
20. Nice. So you start pulling on this, and it's you can feel like it's starting to almost give. You don't lift it.
Darn.
You think you were pretty darn close though.
Lana was visibly worried about the street.
Yeah. Yeah,
Guys, we're not supposed
please,
to do
please
this.
be careful. Please don't break the street.
Now, if I tried it 2 or 3 more times, would it break?
You don't think so with that effort.
So it's not an endurance question.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yep. When you're pulling on that, you hear a voice come from over by the stables, and he's like, "I tried that days ago. It's not gonna work." And you see this lighter skinned dwarf walk over, and he's a much younger. He's got a very short beard. It only goes to like cover his neck, and
Do we know this to be the Roland fellow?
he might be. He's covered in dirt and filth, and he's got like this
lovely.
like a farrier's smock on, a thick leather smock, and he kind of strides up, and he leans up next to you guys on this wooden fence. So you trying to get down into the sewers, eh?
Yes.
I would assume that's obvious, yeah.
Did you lose something down there?
No, we're looking for something down there.
You haven't been talking to my mom, have you?
Who's your mom?
Sandy?
Yes.
Ah, so you know about the howling going on down there.
Is it you?
It's not. No, goodness, no. If it was me, I would have stopped a long time ago. See, I've been sleeping during the day for the last couple 10 days. So it's been very inconvenient with all this howling. Usually I put the horses in their stables and then I go sleep. But now that I have to pull these very long days and even longer nights, I've been bushed. And you can see at this point he's got like really deep dark circles, like black
Raccoon eyes.
Yeah, raccoon eyes. He looks absolutely exhausted.
Do you want some food?
I mean, yeah, I'll take some food. He's probably like 100 or so he's like the equivalent of a dwarven teen, and he's just like just throws this food down. He says, so if you're looking to hear that howling, I can tell you when it starts.
We were just gonna head in and see if we can take care of the problem, not wait for it to happen again.
Oh,
I was gonna bash it in the head, hopefully.
Or hug it. Or hug it.
Or hug it.
hug it tightly around the neck.
Figure out what its deal is.
I just want to sell the thing, whatever it is.
Says, nope. I tried going down there. I hit my low a few days ago, and I can't get down there.
Well, he kind of like weak feeling, so maybe he just didn't try hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I know I don't get much sleep, and I can't lift hardly anything.
Scoria, you're thinking about this, and you're starting to measure up Scoria against Roland, and Scoria is built like
Hell yes.
yeah,
She's a beast.
yeah, very very capable, and even though this dwarf definitely is lean from stable work, he is not to the level that Scoria is.
Do you happen to have a crowbar we could use?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. And he runs in, and he runs into the shop, and he's like, he's quick talking to his dad, and he's like, he waves his hand, and he grabs the crowbar, and he runs out, and he's like, here you go.
Way easier than buying one. Hey, hon, why don't you try this?
Hell yes, I will try
You
that.
have advantage. The crowbar gives you advantage on your check.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh my gosh. All
Bam!
right.
So I just like rip that thing off like it's
Yeah.
aluminum foil.
But can it like gently be placed back?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a
No,
crowbar doesn't happen like, it doesn't just snap, so.
But I'm just saying, like, I just totally.
Yeah. What
So that-
what is the actual strength for it?
That would be a 26.
A 26. Okay, yeah. So you're like prying on it, and you see her muscles like start to ripple, and you see like this vein pop out, and then just the bricks lift up, and you see that the grate itself lifted the bricks it was bore into, and what you broke was like the cement mortaring around it.
Perfect. That's easy to repair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll fix it afterwards.
I get a weird feeling, and I raise my hands. I go, Shambhala she fix, and I fix it with mending.
Yeah. You see the area start to like clean up, and I imagine this thing is separated from the road. So what you mend are like the cracks in the brick and stuff like that she created.
And I'm just like, guys, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, it appears to be so.
That one got AJ.
Guys, nobody said you're a wizard, Scary. I can't do the voice. Like,
Should be scary now. That rhymes.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Scary. But yeah, Scoria is just kind of like, because you're human, right, Scary? Yeah, Scoria just kind of shakes her head a little, like, oh, those young humans, so silly.
So do you guys just kind of jump down in here?
Well, I do at least.
How far down is it?
So looking down, you guys can see, other than Scary, you look to be about 10 feet off the base of the sewer, and the sewer seems to be about 10-foot diameter.
Okay, I jumped down.
Okay.
can we borrow a rope for those of us who are not willing to jump?
I throw my rope up to you guys.
Well, I want to use theirs so that we can keep yours.
Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, we can
You mean the shop?
Yeah.
We can totes use a rope from Sandy's.
Roland's like, I need you to do a persuasion check for this, I think.
Oh, I'd do that. No, rolled crap. 9.
9. Roland's like, rope's a little different story. No.
I mean, you don't want this problem taken care of?
But I like to have all of it.
He's like, I'll untie it up here. I'll throw it back down to you guys.
But then we're stuck.
Maybe you should roll for persuasion with those puppy eyes that you're trying to deploy.
Do I do that?
Yeah.
Can I? Okay, so it's a 13. What do I do?
Persuasion is under charisma.
Okay, well, I have crap charisma.
Well, what is it, like a 0 or?
Yeah, it's a +0.
Okay. And then,
Yep.
because you don't have
unless
persuasion
you're
as a skill.
persuasive as a skill.
Do you have it
It's under
filled in?
skills.
No.
Does
Okay.
it have a black dot next to it? No.
Nope. Then
Okay.
it's just a straight
Because I
13.
don't
13.
assume that Lana is very good at being persuasive. Because
Sure. So he's like, I guess, and he like goes in and like at this point he's arguing with his father, and like he puts the crowbar back and
Barely used.
and he grabs the rope and he like slings it on his shoulder and he walks out and he's like, all right,
I'll bring you more food later.
awesome. He says, I'm pulling this rope up, and like by morning, I'll put the rope down each morning if you guys don't show up after that. After 3, I assume you're dead, and then I'll just
Fair.
We'll probably be back up before the sun rises. Have the rope untied and sitting on the counter.
okay.
Now might be a good time to mention that I'm uncannily good at knowing when sunrise is.
But I'm chick.
What? Why?
Keen mind does that.
Oh,
Is that like a thing
That's
in
one of his-
D&D?
that's
or
one of
is
his
that
skills.
like, is that like an answer?
That's a thing.
both. It's both.
That's a feat that you can take if you take the human variant and get a feat.
All right, so I'm in the well. Roland has tied up a rope and kind of thrown it down into the sewer. I'm assuming.
You're a human.
Yep. 10 torches.
10 torches. Okay. All right. So you light up this torch, and
Because the rest of our characters being elves and dwarves, we can see in the dark a little bit.
Yeah. You basically can see as far as you normally could. You just can see clearly for 60 feet, basically, for you guys, and then So so when the dwarves get down into the sewer, you can feel this gentle gradient. It's almost like it slopes downward towards the northwest.
So that's like out of town or towards
town.
Towards the fountain.
Towards the fountain almost. Actually, yes, it would slope more west than north. To be more specific.
Okay.
So the way
So west northwest.
Yes. And the way you're walking seems to be following the street. Now, the street that you're on is the main street that comes into town, that passes between Sandy and her parking lot, which is across the street from her. So you guys start following these tunnels.
Real quick.
Yes.
Explorer's pack come with chalk. Does anybody have chalk?
I have a quill and a bottle of ink.
Anything else?
No.
I mean, we could leave a trail of food.
What kind of walls are these?
Just stone, like a stronger brick.
Is it something that a great axe could easily chip or like
score?
scratch up?
You could score it. Yeah.
Okay.
I suggest that we score the walls on our way. That way we don't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
I will do that. So I'm kind of thinking, again, because I'm assuming this is some sort of monster, but now when talking out loud with Lana, I won't necessarily say monster right away, but so in my head I'm thinking monster, I'm thinking tracking, like, okay, let's find this. I want to do a perception check to see if I can hear anything or like smell anything that would, like at a junction when we have to choose a direction to go.
If you're trying to do like tracking, I think that's under the survival stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Survival skill.
So let me explain, like, because you're walking forward and you've kind of reached your first junction. And with this torchlight that's playing on the walls, you're starting to see, at least at this junction, you see markings in chalk, or some sort of marking on the wall, and there's two names, Memorial Way, and the Outer Rim.
Oh, okay. So when the Ilmater monks had created the sewers, they kind of marked up.
They put in street signs.
Yeah, street signs.
Yep.
That's handy.
Yeah, and you also notice, like, as you're walking, you're seeing big piles of rubbish down here. Anything that might be like brought into the storm drain, like tumbleweed remnants and things like that, whatever you would find in a desert, and probably more street debris, so from horses, or people might have lost things down here, spare car keys, things like that.
Seems unlikely.
Car
Spare
keys?
cart
What are
keys.
those?
Yeah.
Oh, cart key.
Cart keys.
Those are cart keys. For those of us with the DeLorean 5000, they come with keys.
Yes. And so anyways, there's these big mounds of rubbish that seem to be following the way you're going, almost like when the water once ran in here, it pushed it downward. So you come to these street signs, and you're using survival, and you're trying to do what? Find
some sort of indication of which way would lead us to answers about the potential creature, potential not creature making noises.
Okay. In that case, I think a perception would be more in order.
Okay. 17 is 20.
Okay. With a 20,
Modified 20. Okay.
you smell
Garbage.
Or no, sorry, just it's 18, but anyway.
18.
Sorry.
Okay. With that, you can smell this like sickly sweet but rancid smell, just faintly. It's a very faint smell, and it's coming from directly in front of you. So, keeping on your path down Memorial Way. Yep.
Is there a water line on the walls and stuff?
Mm-mm. No. Water runs down here so rarely that there's no stain.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Lana, being a resident here, barely remembers the last time there was a flash flood. She was probably like 8, maybe. So that was, I don't know, 12 years ago. So it's been a very, very long time.
Hey guys, I think I can smell something up ahead. We should go straight. Cautiously. Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are starting to walk down this way, and you're seeing you see torch lights up ahead, and you're hearing some minor conversation, a little bit of joking, but it's not really like funny jokes. It's just like morbid humor jokes, like suffering jokes and things like that. And then you hear like, wait, do you see that?
And I immediately put my torch out.
And the other voice you hear is like, what? No? What are you talking about? You hear, shh. You can't hear that? I need everybody, if you would like, give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I like put my hand up to signal to everyone
Yeah.
to be quiet.
This is a group stealth, so just let me know what you get.
And stealth is under dexterity.
Yep. Just because you fail doesn't mean everyone fails.
Mm-hmm.
So in the little
9.
stealth box, you add the plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so
To
I
your
got
roll.
14 total.
Okay.
I got a modified 20.
I got 18.
I got 16.
Ooh, high numbers
Shockingly,
for
the
3
bard.
of us.
Holy shit.
The bard is not all that stealthy. I got a 9.
9.
And while they're talking about hearing things,
Yeah.
I think about it a second, and I go, musical notes. And I cast as far out as I think I can.
Guys, I don't think I like this fellow.
Like in the direction of them or like down away?
Like in the direction of them.
Okay. Like, are you doing prestidigitation?
Yep.
Okay. So, what kind of music? Is it like classical music, rompus music, like
Wind chime.
wind chimes?
We'll go with wind chimes.
Okay.
I was
Dwarvish
going to
rap.
say something about ground control and Major Tom.
Yeah.
but we'll go with wind chimes.
It's a little more in the theme of not reality.
That is true. This is true. So wind chimes, hopefully in a not our direction area.
Okay.
It's almost like throwing a rock in a way to make noise.
Yeah. So you hear these wind chimes going, and when the wind chimes kick up, they muffle the cough of Narwhal as he feels the urge to cough in this particular moment. Yes.
Well, that's me like every week of my life at work.
Yeah. And you hear one of them, the lighter one, say, "Huh. It must be wind chimes." And
So they just don't question it?
the
Well, because they
Wind
were
chimes-
questioning it, and then
Probably
they
Wind
heard
wind
chimes
wind chimes.
happen? Like, they
The-
just randomly...
the
You know,
gruff,
chimes.
They probably figure like someone above ground is using them.
Okay.
the gruff one says,
They might not be that smart.
says, "No, that sound wasn't there before."
And I cast it again.
Someone's down here.
Uh-oh.
And
I cast it a bunch of times.
they start moving your direction. What do you want to do? You can't see them yet, but this is a for the ones who can see in dark. This is a fairly straight path. They're coming from one of the turns way up ahead. What do you want to do?
I've had my battle axe, my great axe just in my hand, but I'm just gonna kind of stand it on the ground and just position myself very solid
Yeah.
base behind it
Okay.
to greet and hopefully not have to do anything else when these things come.
Okay. So I imagine like you've got the head of the axe like on the ground, and you've got two hands on the
Yeah, like Ned
hilt.
Stark with the whole
Yeah.
winter is coming meme.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 And you're just standing there like waiting to face these people.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I have like my light crossbow out and like a arrow notched. Just ready in
Ready
case.
for action. Yeah.
Are they carrying torches?
They seem to be. You can't see them yet.
We can't see the light down the way.
You can see the light. You can't see them.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So presumably the light comes from torches, but we don't know
Yes.
yet because we don't see the torches
We
yet.
don't know if they're actually carrying them or if
It
the
is-
torches are just there.
Yeah. It is orange light, but not all. Do you want to do anything? Are you hiding, or are you just
Nah, I'm good.
standing? So everybody's standing in the tunnel.
I make wind chimes appear in my hand.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
The
And I
wind
stand in
chimes,
front of
honey.
everybody.
What are the
Need
wind
more
chimes
wind
gonna
chime.
do?
More cowbell.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. They're gonna totally believe I'm just some random dude with wind chimes.
So
I don't know. I think it needs a little more cowbell. Just a little more.
I don't know what
Lana's
cowbell.
hiding.
I swear
Away
he
from
actually
them.
got sleep, so
these figures turn the way, and you see a tall human and a shorter human walking next to each other. They are both have their hoods drawn upward, and they have white and red robes.
Does it look like secret society robes or?
Not really. They look more like vestments, kind of like what Lana is wearing
Oh, okay.
over top of
So
her
it's not
armor.
like weird.
Right.
Are they robes like the Ilmater monks?
Yes,
wear? Okay.
exactly like that. And they've got these big brooms in their hands, and they're walking at a clip now. And they say, "Hey, who goes there?
We do.
we do.
What are you doing down here? You're not supposed to be down here."
Just practicing my wind chimes.
Oh my god.
Are you Make a deception check for me, please.
I had to find it. 6.
It's like the one is like, no.
We thought you might be hungry. Like, slide some food in that direction.
They just kind of look at it. They're like, no, we're on our 7-day fast.
I take my food back.
Yeah.
We're patrolling. What are you guys doing down here?
Yeah.
We're patrolling. You are not monks of the Ilmater.
No, we're the other one.
What?
The monks of they're clerics of the Chante. What?
One of you is. And I'd like to know why you're down here.
We've been asked to look into some strange noises that have been coming from the sewers.
Noises? There's no noises down here.
Not right now.
Are you sure you didn't
Do
hear
we
any wind
feel like
chimes?
they're lying?
What's that? You can try to do an insight check.
Yeah.
If you'd like.
And that's under wisdom.
Yep.
So,
you
I
have
get-
yours. Sorry, if yours organized that way.
I have +5
Ooh.
to my 7 though, so that's 12.
12. With a 12, he seems to genuinely not know what you're talking about.
How long have you been in the tunnels?
Well, we come down here same time every day. We're actually about to get off our shift. And then we're gonna go up and we're gonna do a little bit of street sweeping, I think. And the other one's like, yeah, I think that sounds good. A little bit of hard street sweeping. We're gonna go and haul around some trash. That sounds awful. I like it.
All right, well,
Well,
see ya.
This might shock you, but if you always have the same shift, maybe the noises don't happen during your shift. And that's why we're down here.
Yeah.
Well, I think this...
Z-snap.
Yeah, Z-snap. Yeah. I think this needs to be brought up with the Burden Saint. Come with us.
Why don't
Don't
you
think
go back
so.
to the Burden State and then come back if it's a problem?
Yeah.
No. You all are not supposed to be down here.
You ain't the police.
Can't tell us what to do.
Yeah, we can.
Why is
So-
that?
We are empowered by the Temple of Ilmater, and the Temple of Ilmater takes care of the law in this town. And as you should know, cleric,
And
you're-
it's illegal to walk through the sewers?
yes, it's you're not supposed to be down here. It's very dangerous. There's poisonous snakes, things like that down here. People can get hurt.
We do have a cleric from... What is the other place?
Shanti.
Shanti with us. She's escorting us. She said we could be here.
I like nervously wave.
We'll be fine. If there's poisonous snakes, I'll just step on their heads. We'll be fine.
Don't you gotta go clean something?
Can I put them in a trance?
I mean,
If you have that,
Bad idea.
if you have that,
I do.
do as
That's
you
pretty
please.
hostile. That's pretty
Right?
hostile.
That's me, right?
That's pretty hostile.
Oh, what is that?
that's your you don't have to sleep thing.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I
can
thought
go
that
into
was
a
that.
trance for 4
No.
hours
No.
instead of sleeping for 8.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
you
my
basically
bad.
meditate instead of sleep.
My bad.
That's all right.
I mean, you could kill them.
Oh, I don't want to go that
That's
far.
real hostile. Really hostile.
I'm just saying, it's
Anna's
an
not
option.
on board with that plan.
Okay,
Well, crap.
it's a thing that she could potentially. I'm not saying she should.
Right.
I'm
I
just
mean, if
saying.
they don't let us through, I might.
I mean, she could also decide to sleep right now.
I could.
That seems highly illogical. She's an elf. She doesn't sleep.
Well, 4-hour trance.
So, I think we need to escort you guys out now.
Why don't you just go away?
Well, if we're headed in the same direction, can't we just mildly walk that way with them and then just decide to not go with them?
If you'd like to follow us and make sure we're not doing anything untowards, then that's fine. But we're not leaving here until we check to see what is making noises at night.
Okay. Sure.
It's a good idea since we outnumber you.
Good, I have to kill them.
Well, and the little one says, okay, so here's how it's going to happen. One of us is going to walk ahead of you, and the bigger one's going to walk behind you. And at a certain point, I'll warn you, you got to close your eyes. If you open them, then it becomes a matter with the Burden Saint, and we will need to have a discussion with him. And with how late it is, I'm sure he will be pleasantly surprised to be put at such dis-ease for being woken up.
Unpleasantly or pleasantly?
Pleasantly.
Okay.
They're sadists. They're masochists.
Mm-hmm.
Does the Temple of...
Ilmater.
Nope, the other one.
Shanti.
The Temple of Shanti know you're keeping secrets down here?
We're not keeping any secrets, but there's certain things that we don't want you to see. There's privileges of being
Also known as secrets.
Well. That's true, and it's not true. It's more privilege, right? It's not a secret what's behind walls. It's more privilege to get behind those walls to see those things.
But then you could, then the knowledge itself isn't forbidden. It's just being able to see it. So you could tell us about it.
Yes, we could tell you about it.
So why don't you?
Because it's a secret.
I thought you didn't have secrets.
Got you.
And the little one's like, shut up.
Thought we had temple agreements.
Well, I just start walking forwards.
Okay.
Since I had... Oh, and I guess I say as I start walking forwards, do you know what is causing this rancid smell here in the sewers?
Well, a lot of people like to push their horse dung down here, and
No, it smells
and
sweeter
things
than
die
that.
down here. And he sniffs. No, I don't smell it.
I guess your human nose is too weak to smell it.
So they do what they tell you. The little one walks up front.
I make it a point to be in the middle.
Okay. Do you guys want to have a formation or marching order? Otherwise, it'll just be kind of a group walking together.
Group?
Okay.
Group?
I'm
Yes,
probably
group.
more in the front of the group.
Okay. So the little one is or the shorter one is walking ahead. The larger one behind, and the little one is taking the butt of his broom and is poking the rubbish piles, and he's like, it's a pretty common thing to find poisonous snakes down here and rats and things like that. So, we really don't like the common folk coming down here. It's very dangerous, and we suffer all these inconveniences to make sure that everybody else has a very nice life. And as you're walking by, you start seeing that the way splits into this like circular path, and he says, well, this is where the well part of the fountain is. Our drains go around the fountain, and you can see some unpleasant drawings up ahead. Please don't judge us about it. Some of our more artistic clerics come down here to express themselves, we try to get rid of it, and it's just not great. And you start walking by these like morbidly gorgeous murals scratched into the stone of these clerics with the mark of ill matter, and some of them are openly weeping, some with their hands covering their face, tears running down their wrists. Some of them are like doing like the normal tasks that the monks do, sweeping the streets and cleaning them and stuff like that. It's very disturbing though, just like how all the pain that is like in this mural, and he's continuing along, and he pokes one of the rubbish piles, and when he does, a bunch of snakes come slithering out, and he's like, "Oh crap! Whoa, that was close." And
I just look at him with a flat stare.
And I need everyone to give me a perception check, please.
11.
17.
19.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, 19.
21.
Dang.
Ooh, shit.
Dang.
15.
All right. So who had the lowest?
I had 11.
11? Okay. No one was surprised then.
Woohoo!
As the snakes drop down from the ceiling. These snakes are many different bright colors, and there seems to be a swarm of them.
Do they glow?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay, so this is our first battle here. So everybody roll initiative for me. What you do is you roll your d20 and add your initiative modifier. It's near the top of your sheet, and then let AJ know, and AJ will position everything.
I'm at 10.
12.
7.
Okay, so what do we do?
Fair. So you roll your d20, and then you add your initiative.
Okay. I have 22.
Nice.
And I had 10.
I had 10.
Roll off with
No, I had
AJ.
7. I had 7.
What's your dex mod?
That's 7 plus 3.
Okay, you have +3. Mine's only +2, so you go first.
You don't want to just roll?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
22.
You're a wizard. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think you're first. You had 21, right, Britt?
I had
She had
22.
22.
No, yeah, so
Okay, so Britt goes first. Remind me, how do you say your name?
Althea?
Althea. Okay, cool. These snakes start dropping down around you, Althea, and they're starting to like it's almost like this collective. There is a mass of snakes. Some are like swinging from the ceiling and like trying to nip at you. What do you do?
So you had your crossbow out.
Yeah.
You also have a mace and spells.
Oh yeah, spells. How about I use my sacred flame?
oh
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah.
So what do I do with that?
So this is a
Cantrip.
cantrip. So you just do it.
It doesn't use up any of your like spell slots.
Oh, okay.
So you let Alan know that the
Cantrips you
snakes
can
need
use
to
as
make-
many times
make
as
a
you want.
Dex saving throw, or take 1d8 damage.
What?
Okay,
So-
so Alan, as the DM, his enemy has to do a dex save.
Oh.
Remember, you had a spell dex of 13 on your spell sheet.
The spell save.
Spell
Yeah.
save.
So you just let Alan know I'm using Sacred Flame.
Okay. I'm using
Make
sacred flame.
a Dex save.
Dex save.
Okay.
And so then his monster has to do a dex save that's better than your 13.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he'll roll, and then he'll say a number,
Okay.
Which is going to be 22.
which
Rolled
is higher
another
than your
18.
13. So they
So
dodge
then-
out of the way of your sacred flame.
Yep. And it's a save or suck, so nothing
Yeah.
nothing burns.
So just to make you feel better, it's a you just missed. You don't suck.
Yeah. Yeah. We call them save or sucks.
The effect.
The effect.
Yeah.
So
Sucks,
because
they
it's a
save.
cantrip, any save cantrip, rule of thumb tends to not do any damage.
Since you can use it basically unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So the snakes are going to then attack. So a big mass of these snakes landed on top of the thin one and are biting at the thin cleric.
Good thing
And
he's a sadist.
yeah.
I think he's messed up, right?
And it's going to hit. The thin cleric gives out a death cry as many snakes bite into him, and you can see almost instantly his like red veins start like showing up on his skin, and he's overtaken by probably some poison. We are going to do Scary. You get bit at
Mother fudger.
nat 1, so that's good. Because these guys can kill you outright.
Oh my god.
Okay, it is now Scoria's turn.
So I take out my great axe
Okay.
and I swing at the closest
The
snakes
mass.
near me.
Okay.
Ooh. So that would be 18 plus 6. So 24 to hit.
Okay.
And that hits, I assume.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so now for damage, now I roll my d12 and 9 slashing damage.
It doesn't seem to do as well as you would have hoped. The bulk of the snakes are able to get out of the way.
Oh, and as my bonus, which I should have done first, I forgot
Okay.
I'm a barbarian, I'm going to go into rage.
Okay. Sounds good. Next is Scary.
I run away from the snakes. I will disengage.
You run away. Okay. Fuck.
I just go, oh shit!
Considering you don't really know how to use your spells yet, makes sense.
I like briefly take out my family dagger, like, this will help later. And I just run.
Okay. All right. Now Raw.
I start swearing at the snakes.
Nice.
They need to
Cutting
make a
words.
wisdom save.
Wiz is not their strong suit.
Shocker.
So 8.
That is going to fail. They take 1d4 psychic damage. That's
Okay.
Vicious mockery. by
Are
the
you
way.
attacking the swarm around your wife?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
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 Okay.
I wasn't aware there was more than one swarm, so yes.
Yeah. I guess you wouldn't
game
be able
terms.
to tell, but yeah.
Yeah, I start swearing at the ones that are attacking my wife.
Yeah.
They take 3 psychic damage,
Okay.
and they have disadvantage on their next attack.
Nice.
Okay. I'm not actively being threatened, right?
No, because you weren't attacked.
Cool.
I mean, people are around you, but
Okay.
yeah.
I made up a song for you.
Neat.
It goes, Nal, walking in the sewers, causing a commotion.
It's a fucking awesome.
Because I am so awesome.
So Lana, what do you want to do?
Cry a little.
These poor snakes.
Is that a spell? Is it like a kill 'em all spell? I haven't heard of it before.
So the one guy is already dead, right?
Yeah, seems to be.
Small one.
Yep.
No, he was stupid.
He was first in line. That's
what
what happened.
So how many bundles of these snakes are there?
Bundles. It's a pretty big mass. But if you really looked hard enough, you see two masses attacking you of snakes.
So the one is after Scary and the one is up more towards...
They're all surrounding you. So think of it like raining snakes.
It's raining.
That's not terrifying as fuck.
Yeah.
So how well was Brittany's Sacred Flame going?
It didn't go that great. You can still try it if you like.
Also, I ran away.
Yeah.
Chicken.
Well, I mean, come on.
If you get a good roll, or actually no, it's
but yeah.
What spells did you take for those of us who weren't involved? We might be able to give you some advice.
Well, for my non-cantrips, I had Command, Creator, Destroy Water, Guiding Bolt, and Shield of Faith.
Now, Guiding Bolt does a decent amount of damage. I feel like Shield of Faith might be a nice one for you because it's more of a protective spell, but it also can do
She's
damage.
already got hella AC.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, I just don't know if...
So this Guiding Bolt one, it only goes towards one creature, or can it go towards a mass?
In game terms, the mass of snakes that we're fighting counts as one creature.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a special type of creature called a swarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you do the guiding bolt, it will affect that swarm, which is what the rest of us are attacking.
Okay.
So
So
guiding bolt is useful.
can I try that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I'm gonna
so what's
need
it
a
do?
lot of help with that.
Yep. What's it do?
So do you just want the description?
Does it say a ranged attack, or is it say something...
120 feet.
Okay. Does it say anything about like a spell save?
It
A
says
DC
It's,
2
it's
hit
to hit.
plus 5.
She has to, so you have to roll a d20.
Yep. At disadvantage because you're surrounded.
I just can't remember if it's...
A 16 and a 13.
Okay.
So you
Plus
take
5.
You use
on your
the
13.
So 18 total.
But what do I do with the 18?
You tell Alan 18 to hit,
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
and
Yep.
then he tells you whether or not you hit,
Totes hits.
which you did.
Okay.
So now you do the effect of the
The
guiding bolt, which is
It has-
some amount of damage.
It has radiant next to it, too.
Yep.
Okay.
On
it's
a hit,
radiant
the
damage.
target takes 4d6 radiant damage.
Nice.
So those are the ones that look like real dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All the
Yeah, that's
Standard-
why I still use
standard
Guiding
dice
Bolt.
that everyone
with,
knows.
With
Those are the
Tinuvial,
D6s.
I still use Guiding Bolt.
That is like...
It's pretty strong.
That's
Yeah.
really
What
good
the
for a
yeah, I have
first
that
level
too.
spell.
But it's so what you did though is you spent a spell slot.
Yeah.
So you have to mark that spell
Where
as
do
spent
I
in your slot category on your third page.
Your spell sheet.
It'll have a number in there saying how many you have available, your maximum.
But yeah, so basically how spells work,
Looks like you've got 2 spell slots there. That's the number up top.
like a
You've
tally.
used one
like a-
out of your 2.
like a tally?
Yeah.
And you only get them back on a long rest.
Okay.
So it's a resource game.
We'll let you know when
A long
when
rest
that happens and
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
should do.
Basically, for clerics, you either have a spell like what Britt did, where you don't have to worry about hitting, but then you have to see if the enemy misses or not, or you have a spell like what Allie did, where you have to roll to see if the spell hits, and then you roll your damage.
Yep.
Okay. So my 4d6, I got 6, 6, 4, 2.
Nice.
So
Add it up for me, please.
18.
Because Alan's bad at adding.
I am.
Right?
I can't add like that.
18.
18 in total?
18 radiant.
18 radiant. Okay. And I assume you're going to be attacking the one that's been attacked already.
So is there
was
like
just
2
kinda
or
going
3
for all of them.
swarms?
Okay. What's that?
Are
There is 2
multi-
swarms.
There's 2 swarms.
Yep.
Okay.
So 18 in total, you said?
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
That's
nice.
a shit ton of damage. You did more than double what's been done. So that is well done. It looks rough, which in D&D terms means beyond halfway.
Woohoo.
So health. So usually they're just fine, rough, or pretty bad off.
And I'm kind of grumbling about because I don't like snakes because they hurt my food.
They hurt your food?
Like
So
the
far,
crabs.
they've only hurt the small guys.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Snakes come in and they're like, "Fuck your corn," and they just knock over corn stalks. Snakes are bastards. Okay, so continuing on, it is the other cleric. He looks around and he looks for anybody who's been damaged. Has anybody been damaged?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Except for
buddy.
his poisoned friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
unfortunate.
Okay, so what he does then?
has anyone been hurt?
Because they love-
What's going on down?
My friend.
The one I would care about the most out
Yeah.
of anyone here.
Yeah, that guy's dead. He ain't gonna be in the next episode.
I like that. He's like, oh, it's so dangerous down here. You guys shouldn't be here. Dies.
So, anyways, he.
Well, I mean, that proves his point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
He-
why was he down here then?
He casts a pretty good spell, and what appears in front of you is this winged bipedal humanoid who looks very angelic and is wielding looks to be wielding a whip and is standing there in front of you guys, looking menacingly at the snakes. And this figure is like translucent almost. It's like this blue radiant light that's coming off of it. Althea.
All right, I will try the guiding bolt.
You're like, that is what I'm having too.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
So roll your d20 to see if your spell will hit.
Yep.
So she rolled a 10 plus her 5 is.
So 15.
Yeah, 15 hits.
Sweet.
Good.
So what does it say for
Good call.
damage there?
46.
So what do I do with this?
You roll all of them.
That's the damage.
Yep.
Oh.
And then add it up and tell me.
You can reroll that, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So I've
I
got
see a
6,
6 in there.
12, 17. I have 20.
Holy shit.
Even
I
better.
think that
Yeah,
kills it
so-
outright.
so-
Stacking
You're
the
like-
guiding bolts.
You're like, I'll have what she's having. Boom! And when you shoot this flash of like blue radiant light, it blows apart this swarm of snakes, and like this gore goes all over the tunnel walls, and you have destroyed one of the swarms. Well done.
On your spell sheet, you need to put a tally mark on your first level spells.
Yes. Right
So
there.
you have 2 of those. We didn't write that down.
The
Write a 2
Ilmater
in
peeps are going to have so much to clean up.
there. Write a 2 in there.
It's okay, they dig it.
Yeah, that there. But write a 2.
And here comes
'Cause you have 2, and you've just used 1.
Oh. Okay.
so
So that's like per day kind of stuff. A
Yep.
long rest is basically sleeping through the night.
yeah. The spirit guardian, which is the floating winged angel thing in front of you, and like you look up and there's this like spirit guardian swinging around its weapon like in this propeller motion, and it just like starts chopping up these snakes into like a blender. Yeah. It's pretty
I
gory.
guard the mac and
That is really
cheese.
You guard the mac and cheese? All right.
There's no
Don't want
snake
any
allowed
snake
in
guts in this.
the mac and cheese. It is not part of the recipe.
Yeah. What was up with that guy whispering in the intro? Well, it's Alan, your friendly neighborhood DM. We've got season 2 coming up. We're calling an audible. We are going to be releasing a little bit later in August, mainly because we are really loving the quality and how we are improving it, and we want to make sure that we've got the best of the best for you guys. So we are bumping the date out to August 13th is when our first episode is going to be released for season 2. So put it on your calendars. We will be releasing early in the morning on August 13th. A big shout out to Incompetech.com. They provide a lot of the music for Roll with Advantage. Absolutely phenomenal music. Go check them out. Incompetech.com. Another one of our content providers is battlebards.com. BattleBards is an amazing website. They've got a great selection of sound effects like this. And music like that, and they are absolutely fantastic. They've got great prices. They also have BattleBards Prime live now. That's a subscription service that can help you out as a DM. You can start using these musics and soundtracks that you hear here on Roll with Advantage. You can use those in your own home game. Go check them out, battlebards.com. Hey, if you want to help support the show, the best way to do it is leaving comments. So use the hashtag RollWithAdvantage on Twitter. Use @DM's Table to make sure we can see it. Let us know what you think of the show. Let your friends know. And if you're listening on iTunes or any of the other podcast providers that have comments, leave a comment and a rating. That really helps us. If you want to help out monetarily, hit us up on patreon.com/rollwithadvantage. We have a few different levels of subscriptions. They're all fairly cheap, starting out at $1. And that really helps out the show. That keeps the lights on for the show. It allows us to pay for our hosting costs and all of the other things that come along with hosting a podcast. So hit us up over there and let us know what you think about the show, and make sure to tell your friends and family. Thanks for listening, and we are getting back to the show. This cleric of Ilmater, he walks over and he picks up his buddy and shoulders him, and he says, "Well, this is awkward. Let's keep moving." And he keeps marching forward. He follows this circular path, and the dwarves know you guys to now be going towards the northwest. You're following this cleric, and you start to enter this like convergence point of all these tunnels. Mm-hmm. And he says, "All right, this is where you need to close your eyes. Please close your eyes."
Can you tell us, like, is it going to be 30 feet that we're walking with our eyes closed? Is there going to be anything that touches our heads?
He says, nope, nothing like that. There's nothing dangerous. Just take my hand and make sure to keep your eyes closed.
And how long are we keeping our eyes closed?
Until I tell you. It won't be too far. It's about 50 feet.
Okay, that's what I was asking for.
Yep.
Thank you.
And so he puts out his hand to Althea and says, please close your eyes.
So I have to close my eyes? Like, do I personally have to?
No. What is your alignment?
On the top there, right in the middle.
Where?
Lawful good?
Oh, lawful good.
You probably are compelled to follow the rule, then.
Yeah.
So I close my eyes.
So is anybody wanting to keep their eyes open or try to peep?
I'm also lawful good, so I'll close my eyes, but I feel like this is just some silly human hop and dance.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I want to, but I don't know if I'm going to.
Okay.
Mine are shut.
Okay. And I assume Lana's eyes are shut.
They are squeezed shut. Like
Okay.
firmly.
Okay. So you guys grab one another's hands, and he leads you through only about 50 feet or so, and he says, "Okay, it's all right to open your eyes now." And in front of you is this large carved staircase of stone, and it moves upwards. It's very well lit now, and he says, up above is where the burdened saint would usually be. Because it's so late, he's not gonna be there right now. I ask you to wait. Or we can make sure that you all wait. And he motions up the stairs a little more commanding now.
Well, he's carrying his dead friend. I don't know how commanding he can be.
He seems actually a little imposing, seeing how this death has not changed his demeanor, other than maybe a little bit of embarrassment.
So, would we be getting out of the sewers?
Yes.
I would kind of want to turn back around and go down a different tunnel, but I guess we can also do that on a different day. Then we won't have annoying.
Can we go
monk
ask
miters.
this fellow if he knows what's howling?
Which
Let's just
fellow?
go.
The burden saint?
Yeah.
You can definitely
All right, yeah,
approach him.
Might as well go have a quick chat with the fellow.
Yeah, no,
Can we
could always-
rest in that time? Like,
Yeah, I was
how
gonna say we
long?
could take a long rest too, and then
The
go
cleric
back in the sewers.
The cleric says, it's early evening, so we'll provide provisions for you to sleep in the waiting chamber if you like.
That's very kind of you.
Of course. And he brings out like these really scratchy wool blankets.
I was just about to say it's probably us having to live their lifestyle for the night.
Yep. He says these are what we have on hand. Please feel free. We don't have beds or pillows here. Just sleep where you like in these waiting chambers. And on the walls, you see these really nice like stone relief cuts of like depictions of clerics helping in the fields, clerics building up the city, and there's like this if you picture like the city from a side view, underneath it is like a bunch of these Ilmater clerics like holding the city up on their shoulders. You all have a long rest. Is there anything you want to do in the time of a long rest?
Though, Britt, you can erase the one on your spell slots.
Yep. Same
make
for you,
sure
Lana.
to sleep under the one with the fields, directly under the fields.
Oh, okay. All right. Lana, if you like, you can spend a little bit of time prepping the group on who the burdened saint is. There's a good description in the handout I gave, and basically everybody has that information at their dispose. So at the basics, everybody knows the burdened saint to be a male human, roughly about 60 years of age. The big thing that Lana calls out is this person is extremely serious, is not very lighthearted, very solemn, usually extremely exhausted, very, very, very tired. He tends not to sleep very long, if he sleeps at all. Always pushing his mental capacity to the limits. You awaken to a different cleric of ill matter, kicking your boots, and saying, I assume you're here to meet the burdened saint.
Yep.
You should get up now. He's waiting for you.
Do you guys have breakfast?
Yeah. I can provide some nourishments.
That would be appreciated.
And he goes away for about 10 minutes or so, and comes back, and he has this white gray thick gruel. And
I get out salt and pepper and paprika, and
As long as it doesn't have any of that chopped up snake, we're good.
yeah,
I kind of turn my bowl towards you too.
I spice it
yeah, okay.
without even tasting. I just know.
Yeah. It's for those brave enough, it's extremely tasteless. It has the consistency of glue, and it's kind of lumpy. It's not very good, but it's definitely packed with nutrients and things like that. With the salt and pepper and whatnot that Lana is carrying around, it's manageable. After you've had your meal, the cleric escorts you into it's like a main chamber, and there's, don't imagine this to have anything special in here other than manual labor things. So the doors open with they're really big heavy wooden doors, and they are manually opened by these clerics, and they're struggling to open these doors, and they're struggling to shut them, things like that. In the center of the room, in this sand pit, stands an old figure that Lana recognizes as the burdened saint, and he's dragging a wooden rake through the sand, making these designs that are very aesthetically pleasing.
So he's got his own little Zen garden.
Yeah, his muscles show through his tightly pulled skin. He looks like he needs a sandwich.
And she offers him one.
Yeah, okay. And he looks up, and he's got this salt and pepper beard, and he says, well, are you the ones that were exploring down in the sewers last night?
Yeah. And?
Well, I hear tell that you saved one of my clerics last night.
He would have died without us.
Sorry, we couldn't save the other one.
The other one poked the snake, so
It's quite all right.
I wonder why your clerics patrol down in the sewers if they're not able to fend for themselves.
Well, they usually can, but apparently you lot fell into quite the snake's nest. Yes, they're supposed to be cleaning these snakes up throughout the tunnels, and so, I mean, if one who is supposed to be doing their job dies because they didn't do their job, I guess that is their fault. And
Harsh.
he says, so what were you doing down in our tunnels? It is very, very clear that people should not be down there, and I believe my clerics made you well aware of this fact.
I thought the tunnels were for the city.
They are for the convenience of the city.
We're just doing some investigating.
Oh, what are you investigating?
This noise.
There's a noise?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like wind chimes.
It's very curious.
It's actually howling. Apparently certain sewer grates throughout the city, it can be heard, and it's disrupting people's sleep.
Oh, well, I bet you that's some of our weaker clerics. As you've seen, it's quite perilous down in the sewers, and maybe the howling is coming from one of these clerics bitten by a measly poisonous snake, or coming across an inconvenient rat or two.
Our reports say that it's been happening very consistently. It would surprise me if it was your clerics, if you are just now hearing about it.
And I think if it was humans and dwarves and elves that were being bitten, that would be discernible. I mean, you don't normally use howling to describe
Common words.
Yeah, to describe
Being
that kind
shouted.
of reaction.
I don't really know what you're talking about then. I haven't heard this howling before.
Can we tell if he's lying?
You can do an insight check if you like.
Going back to the earlier information, where were there was one
It
near
is
Zaphod's and one near...
Zaphod's, Sandy's, and north of the broken
Fountain.
fountain.
So what do I add to tell if he's lying?
Insight.
Okay, if I have the little bubble filled in, does
Then
that
you
matter
add-
for anything?
Yes, you add your proficiency bonus, which is currently 2.
Okay,
In
do I add
addition
the
to-
2? Okay, so then I
Plus
would add
that.
7
Yeah.
on top of my 11.
Your 5 whiz, your 2 proficiency, and then the 11 you rolled. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the
Hang on.
bubbles
If you're
are awesome.
proficient
You
in
got-
this.
You got
In
3 whiz,
insight?
right? So you probably already put in your...
Yeah,
If you've written that number in there,
that number is already calculated in
Oh,
there. So
okay.
you just
that's
add
the
the number
proficiency
that's
plus,
there.
yeah.
Okay, so 16.
Perfect.
16. This guy is lying through his teeth. And you know it.
And I kind of like, I don't know, how can I like inform the group, like kind of like shake my head a
You
little
can
bit.
just say, you're lying.
But I don't want him to be offended.
No.
Well,
if
you can
you're
shake
trying
your
to,
head.
yeah.
Kind of like bump Scoria, and it's like,
Okay. Yeah, you shake your head
This
like.
guy's a little sketchy.
I also think he's lying.
Okay.
Guys, this guy's lying. He's lying to us. Like a lying liar. He's hiding something. It's probably that area his dude made us close our eyes for. I bet it's back there. I bet he's torturing people. I bet he knows it. I bet he is a lying torturer.
I bet it has something to do with his black and shriveled hand.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. And now that you've accused him, like that's something you see. He like starts to take a defensive posture, and his right hand is blackened and shriveled. And you accuse him of it probably has something to do with that, and he like drops the hand so that it hides behind his robe arm, and he says, "Oh, there's no way, no reason to cast around these accusations. I haven't. I swear, I haven't heard these things before.
Well, you're telling us that the sewers are the domain of the monks of Ilmater.
Yes.
That the monks patrol the sewers. We've received reports from several individuals, at least, at different locations, consistently, night after night.
And the well's broken.
Well, and that too. But
When you say the well is broken, he like locks eyes with you, and you can see he's getting kind of enraged, almost like that was a trigger. He says, "Are you accusing me of breaking the well?"
I'm just saying that you guys run it, and it's broken, and there's howling, and there's a lot of things going on right now.
yeah, I mean, has something pissed off your god, and you're not able to take control of this?
Says, this has gone too far, and he snaps his fingers, and in that moment, out from the pillars around the room, step very well equipped guards. He says, "Guards, escort these proper folk out of the temple. They do not need to be asking any more questions here." And the guards start to step forward and surround you.
You know, the only people who don't like to answer questions are people who have something to hide.
Can we run back to the staircase downstairs to the sewers?
You can certainly try.
Totes.
How surrounded is it?
Well,
How many guards are there?
a lot of guards.
What's,
I'm not going to give you an exact number because
more
I don't
than
know.
us? Are we
Yes, more than
okay, we're
you're
outnumbered.
definitely
Okay.
outnumbered. But with your quick thinking, I think you can at least see a gap where you might be able to sprint towards these stairs. You can certainly give it a try if you like. This is specifically your character making a split-second decision. You're looking around and you're like,
Well, if the other peeps aren't going, then I would probably not, because I'm not going to be the one that goes first.
Okay. So the guards start to tighten around you, and they all kind of just form ranks, and the monk says, or the burdened saint, he says, "Now, please leave peacefully. We do not want to hurt any of you, especially a cleric of Shanti."
We'll
Well,
leave.
let's go.
So you are
So we loop
escorted.
back around to Sandy's, and that gives
Yeah, that was
Trying.
my thought exactly.
So you're escorted out of the temple, and they're very gentle about it.
They
and-
better be. I'm
yeah.
not letting them touch me.
And they're definitely cordial. After you get to the front of the temple, and one of the clerics at the front, who's pushing the door closed, he says, have a nice day, guys." and it just shuts the doors in your face. If big doors could be shut in your
I
face.
contemplate throwing rotten eggs the next time I'm coming through.
Okay.
Dudes.
We go back to Sandy's.
Okay.
Wait, before that, let's go to Shanti and tell them what we learned about these weirdos and see if they want to do anything about it.
Lana does have a direct connection to Lady Eladrid, if that's something that you guys want to do.
Can we, I don't know, do we just go over there? Is that...
Yeah.
We
you
can do
want to
that.
go there? Okay.
Do I think she's cool? Like,
Yeah, she's like, from your perspective,
She's sweet.
yeah, she's like a motherly figure.
okay.
Okay. So you
I'm gonna
guys
go stock up on some more mac and cheese.
so you guys take the most direct route, which is straight through the town. And when you guys approach the now dry well or fountain, you see this old urchin lady, and she says, noises come from down below. Noises. Can you hear them? Can you hear the voices, the screams?
No.
How recent was this?
Every night they come. I try to hide down in the sewers to escape the sun, but I can't stay down there.
Can you tell what part of the sewers it's coming from?
Yes,
The north, the west?
I hear them come from by the temple of Ilmater.
Thank you very much.
And I hand her some food.
You give her food? Okay. She says, beware of the sickly sweet smell. Beware.
I think we're gonna have to go to that place we had to close our eyes.
Probably.
I fret immensely about that.
You guys walk by the well, and you see the plaque on the well, stating, "Built by the suffering God, so that all others need not know suffering." And I think in that moment, it all kind of hits you how ironic it is for something to cause so much suffering because the town now depends on it, because it's broken.
Well, and the burdened saint seems interested in perpetuating suffering as well.
Yeah, at least it seems as
That's why I
that.
said it.
Yeah.
It seems like it.
Yeah. You guys move through the town, and you see just before you get to the temple, you see a few signs pointing towards Zaphod's, and you also see some signs like advertising Sandy's. At this point, it's early morning, and you enter the temple, and this very dusty lady walks up. She's a sun elf who has like this sun-kissed skin and like reddish hair. And she walks up and she says, Lady Alana, welcome back. Sorry, you recognize her as Lady Eladrid.
My name's Lana.
Lana. Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I've been working a lot this morning. I've been up trying to figure out how to disperse all of our water resources to the town.
I offer her food too for her concentration.
Lana, I don't need your food.
She's pretty upset about this. She just hangs her head.
She says, "Who are your friends?"
We are investigators,
investigate. Oh my goodness!
professionally hired. There's some noises. Perhaps you've heard of the noises.
No. I haven't heard any noises.
Yeah, it's like some. I don't remember. It was
Howling.
It was
Howling from
Howling.
the storm drains, and we're pretty sure that the Temple of Ilmater is the source. They seem pretty shifty.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
This has been happening every night for at least the past several nights.
Since the fountain broke, I think.
Oh, yes.
Persuasion from everybody.
18.
9.
13.
Just 9.
We also just came from the big-headed saint, and he was lying to us about causing the noises,
Yeah, he kicked us out of the temple when we questioned him about
and his
it.
hands messed up.
He got pretty defensive about that hand.
What Althea, what did you have for persuasion?
I had a 6.
Plus your
Oh.
-1, so
Oh.
5.
I had 5.
So the dwarfs did really good, right?
No.
No,
I did a 12.
The bard
Or
did good.
13.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 13.
The
Okay.
bard's a smooth talker.
Lady Eladra looks at you, Nalral, and she says, "That can't. No." She looks at Lana and she says, "Lana, you should know not to lie to me. This is disturbing."
I can't lie. Like,
We're not lying. We're going back in the sewers, but we wanted to give you a heads up about the Temple of Ilmater so that you can keep an eye on them.
It is noted. I wouldn't suggest you go down there. That's the domain of the Ilmater clerics.
Yeah, we know, and they're up to some bad stuff, so we have to, stop them.
These noises are terrifying people. People can't sleep at night.
if they can't sleep, they can't eat the food. It's not good for anybody.
And,
I'm pretty sure he's torturing people down
yeah,
there.
if people are suffering down there on top of it, that is even more of a reason why we need to go.
Pretty sure it was almost us that he was going to torture.
Oh, yeah.
But I appreciate your concern for our welfare.
She says, you're most certainly welcome. So, Lana, I'm going to do you a solid on this one. I didn't see you this morning. I don't know what you all are really up to. I honestly don't want to know quite yet. Come back when you're ready to tell me the truth.
She cries.
If we disappear and don't return to see you in the next couple of days, something has happened to us, and it's probably the Ilmater Temple's fault.
Noted. And
Do you have a map?
of what? Of the city?
The city, the sewers, preferably the sewers, but the city would do.
The city, yes. One second, and she runs to the nearby like temple proper. So you all are inside these barriers that Shanti, the Temple of Shanti, has, and she leaves you waiting in the fields. She comes back like a couple minutes later, and she has rolls of parchment, and there are just this map of the town, and she says, now I didn't see you here. I can't be a part of this, and I ask that you don't stir too much. If there's something wrong, clearly try to help, but don't stir the pot just to stir the pot.
I take the map from her and I mark where we entered the sewers.
Oh, at Sandy's.
At Sandy's, yep.
Yes.
And I trace our path
Okay.
along,
Okay.
which I'm pretty sure I'd be able to do with my key mind thing.
Yeah. And it was a fairly direct route. You guys didn't take any turns other than the circular part around the well.
So did we essentially just follow the two streets that lead from Sandy's to the fountain and then to Ilmater? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
When I mark the area where the dude had us close our eyes,
Okay.
I'm like, if we don't come back, like Nalral was saying.
That keen mind is failing you.
Yeah. We're probably right here. Could you send a rescue party?
Yes. We have clerics ready to save. Sure.
And on that note, can they just come with us now?
No, I can't be a party to this.
Do I know of any history between the two of them?
So you know that the town is ruled by these two clerics, and that they've probably created some sort of decent friendship. I think it would be
But there's
like
a little tension?
not like a romantic friendship or anything like that. But it's more of a business relationship. They have to work together to keep the town running. So there can't be strife between them. She says, I really need to get back to tending these fields. I leave you to whatever deeds you plan to take on.
Sounds good.
And she starts to walk away, and you see two bottles of liquid drop from her pouch, like her belt, and they kind of like roll down her leg and land in the soft dirt, and she continues to walk away.
I pick up the healing potions.
Yeah. You pick them up, and they've got like this thick, like shimmering liquid in them, and he spins it, and if you imagine, it's like glitter inside of like Gatorade, and
It's hypnotic but red.
It's hypnotic but red, yeah. So you guys want to go back to Sandy's?
I want to go back
try
to the
again?
tunnel there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we've already opened that grate.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Okay. So you guys head back. The rope is there, like Roland said, and you scale down it, following your route back.
Can I leave like a note at the top of the rope for the Roland guy?
Sure.
That-
You put like a rock on top of it.
Yeah, and it's just like trying again.
We are
Take
okay.
two.
Yeah.
It'll matter. Kind of.
Ilmater's a bunch of creeps.
Okay. So you guys are making your way through the tunnels again.
While we're going along, I'm going to pick up random crap and like throw it ahead of us.
Like
Stir
down
up stuff.
hallways and or.
Well,
For
no,
the
like in our
snake.
path, so if there's any snakes
Oh,
there, they
okay.
like,
Nice. Good
jump
thinking.
out and not kill us.
Good thinking.
At least not immediately surround us.
So you guys follow the same path. You hear a lot more voices down here during the day. I would suggest that you guys stealth. So what you need to do, ladies, is roll stealth. I believe it's at disadvantage if depending on your armor selection. So
19.
7. Still crying.
I have 7.
7 as well.
And 17 for me.
16.
I think how this goes is you all are going down these pathways, and Lana is like muffled weeping, and Althea is trying to comfort her, and it's kind of loud, but you all are able to manage to keep the noise down, especially with these rocks being thrown. The echoes are kind of helping break up the any noise that your fellows are making. So you move past the mural, and you make your way to the area where you were asked to close your eyes. And in this convergence point, you see many tunnels come into this one area, and you see this gateway. In this convergence of 5 tunnels, one of the exits is a gated passageway. The gate is surrounded by an eerie-looking stone relief carving of priests clearly weeping. Some cover their faces, others weep openly. There are 12 distinct priests in this beautiful but gloom masterpiece. Carved neatly into the stone above the gate is the text that reads, "Built by the suffering God, so that all others need not know suffering. May your faith be true as you enter the skein of suffering." For those who didn't do the research I did, skein is like a tanglement. It is like a skein of yarn, things like that. It's also can be used like a labyrinth. So anyways, this barred gate looks as if it was once able to lock, but it has been bent, twisted, and broken What do you want to do?
I mend the lock.
I'm
like, dude, that's broken. I got this.
Yeah, well, it's
No.
closed, right?
It is not closed.
It is not closed.
Let's see. You guys seem to notice some smudges on this gate as it is broken the wrong way. It's broken the opposite way of how this gate should have swung. So the gate swings inward away from you. It broke outward as if something was trying to escape.
Can I pull it more out?
It is wide open. You guys could actually walk through this, no problem.
Are there any noises coming from?
Nope.
Okay. I walk through the gate,
Okay.
door, whatever.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen to you, like as you just walk through this threshold. You guys all follow?
Yes.
Is there a marching order you want to be in?
I'm probably with Althea still,
Okay.
maybe holding her and covering my eyes.
Okay. So this is this corridor is you can walk two abreast. So two people side by side.
Lana, you don't have to have your eyes closed.
Said, but they said to have their eyes closed. Like,
Yeah, but he's not here anymore.
That was while we were walking by. Now we're walking in. So you can have your eyes open now.
Yeah.
she still kind of like
gotta
keeps
watch-
her eyes covered.
You gotta
and
watch out
just
for my
waits.
back. But
I got you.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I got you. I got my mace out.
I'll go a little after her.
Okay.
And I'll go after them.
Okay. So the cleric's bringing up the rear.
Sure.
Okay.
You only have to close your eyes in the hallway. Now
Yeah,
that we're going
yeah.
through this gate, you're fine.
Yeah. You're
This
fine.
is the eyes wide open area.
Yeah.
She
As
like tries to walk backwards and like look outward.
these are pitch black tunnels, very similar to the sewer. The big difference is these are square cut, where the sewer was more circular. You cross a lot of what seems to be traps that are not active. There's like a blade stuck in one of the walls, and there's some gore around that. There's like arrows stuck in another wall. No gore here. You are walking through these corridors, and they go right and left. Do you want to diverge from going just straight, or what do you want to do?
Perception check.
Yes. Ooh.
With a 5, can I smell that sickly sweet smell anywhere?
You can smell it. You can't tell which direction it's coming from. It's becoming a little overwhelming at this point.
Which one looks more traveled?
Perception or investigation,
Could
please.
I do a survival check
Yes.
on something?
Yes. If you're trying to like find the route, like the most traveled route or something like that. Yeah.
19 for investigation.
Okay. Ooh. That should go to the
Don't use
fuck
that
off
time.
bag.
It was good earlier. I got a 7 for survival.
Use your cool patterned ones.
Well,
So-
the black one's crap too, so I'll have to use my green.
So Skari,
Need to get
with how much travel you've done in the desert, you're really good at picking up like faint lines of travel and things like that. You're good at picking those things out, and you notice that even though there's paths going to the sides, almost all of the traffic is going actually forward, just straight. They never strafe, other than a few tracks here and there. You guys notice these like body parts and things like that. Some old, some fresh, laying on the ground.
And I'm assuming they're not like monster body parts. They're more like
No,
humanoid.
it's humanoid. Yeah.
Are they like
Nothing
Shoot
shady
on?
going on
Are
here.
they furry?
Are they furry? No, I mean, there might be a furry arm here or there, but no bestial arms.
Okay.
What was that?
are they like how are they detached? Does it look like a clean cut? So like
Medicine.
bit off.
Medicine for me, please.
Fair.
Nice.
So that's a 19.
That's a 90. You got a negative on it?
Yeah.
Great. So, some of them are clean cuts, but you're starting to notice some of them are like gnawed at.
Yeah.
Gross.
Guys, this arm here looks like when those bandits attacked and chopped that guy's arm off. That arm over there, however, looks like it's got rabies. So
Yeah. Could I do like a
yeah.
detect poison and disease or like a detect magic or something?
Yeah, absolutely. If you like.
Which one should I do? I think I'll do the detect poison and disease.
Okay.
Okay, what do I do?
Let me see the card. I've never cast this.
There's probably like people that have festering wounds or something like that.
For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you.
Well, that means she can tell if there's any snakes around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You also
true.
identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
So basically, you can just cast it, and then
Yeah, this lasts 10 minutes. So you
Alan
can
has
cast
to
it and
tell
hold
you
it.
anytime there's something poisonous
Okay.
near you.
Okay. So you do notice that there is something poisonous in the wall just up ahead of you. But you don't see anything like on the wall.
Do you tell us?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Guys, there is something up with that wall.
I'm gonna take my axe to it.
Okay.
You're
So
going to ask the wall question.
What kind of material is the wall?
stone.
Okay. I'll take out my hand axe.
Okay.
'Cause I
And
like my great axe.
and describe what you're going to do.
I'm going to use my dwarven skill knowledge
Okay.
and try to crack through that wall because it probably was not made by dwarves. I'm
Okay.
hoping.
It's definitely not made by dwarves. And you like hit the wall. Give me a strength.
Pure strength or athletics?
Athletics is fine. Yes.
Yeah. 23.
23. So you catch one of the like right in one of the mortar lines, and you're able to like dig your hand axe in pretty good. You damage this wall pretty thoroughly, and when you do, there is a like a winding sound, almost like metal winding, and then you hear like a release, and poisonous darts shoot out from the wall into the opposite wall.
Shoot.
Good thing we didn't walk into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys continue forward?
Yes.
I take if my axe was kind of stuck in the wall, I take it back out and
Okay.
nice catch there, Althea.
So you guys continue forward, and you have been exploring the scheme for hours now.
Can we take a quick food break?
A food break? Like
In
game?
character.
Yeah,
'Cause-
absolutely, if you like.
If it's been a few hours, I probably want some more of that mac and cheese.
Yeah, Lana, you got some food?
Just
of
like
course
a
she
five,
has
just like a
food.
5-minute pit stop.
Just kind of pull some out and it's like, okay, maybe this will make me feel better.
Some comfort food.
Has this been like a straight shot so far? Or has it been twists and turns?
It's been
Labyrinthy.
twisting. You haven't been following any of the actual like offshoots because of what you saw with the traffic. But yeah, it's been twisty. Yep. So you guys pause for a second and just kind of chow down on some lunch, probably.
And then we continue.
Yeah. And you continue forward.
During our break, I'm going to intentionally listen for disturbances. That's the real word.
Okay. Perception.
Oh, I don't hear anything. That's 4.
Yeah, nothing. So you're following these twisting and turning corridors. Some of these corridors seem more pointless than anything. Like looking down them with your dark vision, Scoria, you can see they like dead end far down the path. And then others are extremely like annoying and difficult to get around. For instance, at one point you are walking up this very long staircase, and it's a few hundred steps upward, and then when you get to the peak, it's a few hundred steps downward.
They should have had some dwarves make this.
It's by the
shoddy craftsmanship.
Yeah. You definitely feel as if this was all made for inconvenience, or to
Suffering.
suffer.
Yeah.
I'm just like trudging along, like
Yeah. This is all pretty physically grueling, so I need everybody to make a Constitution save for me, please.
Oh.
I got an 18.
Okay.
I got 13.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
The bard got a 4.
Oh shit.
I got 9.
Okay. So the 4 and 9. So Lana and Naral, you both gain a level of exhaustion. What that means is any ability checks or any ability checks that you do are at disadvantage until you take a long rest. When you get to the end of this excruciating long journey, you hear up ahead of you this female voice that says, in distress, "Please, Ilmater, give me strength."
Do we recognize the voice?
No, not at all.
I'm sorry, is it like-
slowly sneak up on her?
Is it straight down the tunnel or is it like on and
It's
off
straight
shoot?
down the tunnel. In fact, up ahead of you, probably 40 or so feet, you see an archway, and it leads out to some stairs, and there's actually light up ahead of you.
Okay.
Guys, you just came to me. I think I can alter my appearance and maybe look like the big-headed one.
Big-headed one.
If you guys,
Sure, go for it.
You guys want to do that? You can be like,
Right.
we're clerics.
Well, you can at least walk through and talk to the figure, and we'll be like right behind the archway,
All right.
and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so I now look like the burdened one.
The burdened saint?
The burdened saint.
Okay. So you guys rush forward, and you go through this doorway. And Scoria, what you see being the first one through the doorway is you see that on the other side is the stairwell that hugs up against the wall. And this room is a 50-foot square room. And the main defining feature in this room is in the center is a 50-foot tall humanoid figure, a statue, and it's shoulders are actually holding up the ceiling of this room. It's got big, thick chains that look like they would be used for like anchoring boats, connected from the walls and wrapped around the statue. This figure looks to be enslaved, even though it's but a statue. Around it is 12 weeping friars, and
Like stone friars?
stone friars, yes. And they are all weeping just slightly, a little bit of water or tears coming out from their faces and collecting in this this shallow basin around them, flowing into what's underneath the statue. In between these stone friars, you see a cleric of ill matter, very well. Has a lot of like nice armor on, and is wielding her mace, engaging with 4 zombies.
Oh. That's no good.
Let's all roll initiative, please.
Ooh, nat 20.
Is this a disadvantage thing for me?
This isn't.
Yeah. Initiative is everything, almost everything but saving. So, not for saving throws and not for attack rolls. Everything else.
So I got an 18, but then I also got a 6.
So the 6 plus your is your initiative 2?
Yeah.
All right, so you got 7.
I thought it'd be 8.
Or 6 plus 2 is 8. Yeah, sorry.
I got a 6.
I got 9.
They got a 13.
Althea's a 12.
Althea, please give me a religion roll, please.
So that's a d20, and then add your religion skill modifier.
Which is an intelligence.
I have a 5.
Ouch. You've heard about zombies, and they're kind of hard to kill. That's all you got, though.
If only there was another cleric here who might know about zombies.
Yeah. Lana, I need you to give me a religion roll as well.
So this one
At
counts
disadvantage.
for...
At disadvantage.
All right, so one would have been a 19, but I got a 7 plus 3, 10.
10. So you're kind of oblivious to the zombies at this point because you're focused on the friars. You recognize the imagery now that is happening as the weeping friars, which you recall are a sect of ill matter followers that believe that there's a finite amount of suffering in the world, and that if they can take on that suffering, that means there's less to go around for everybody else. So there's these zombies. Scoria, you are close enough to be able to move and engage.
Sweet. Are they all clustered together, or is it like I can attack one?
You can attack one. Yeah, they're more like fanned out in front of this person.
Do they notice us?
Not yet, probably.
On their turn, they might.
Okay. If they saw Adam all dressed up like their person, would that matter?
Not that you can tell. So, go ahead.
I'm going to use my bonus and rage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to run up to the nearest zombie.
And I'm going to give you advantage because the zombies haven't noticed you yet.
Well, I rolled a 17 plus 6.
Roll to see if you crit.
Yeah. It's always worth it.
That's a good point, though. The crit.
Especially with zombies.
The crit, that's a good point.
It's always important to roll with advantage.
All right, so I swing my great axe at the nearest zombie.
Okay.
It's a really long hit.
Shouldn't have moved my arm.
3 plus 4 is 7, plus 2 is 9 damage.
9 damage.
Slashing.
Okay. The zombies.
Now notice me.
Yeah. So one slams its body up against you, like it's checking you into.
Lol.
Yeah. into one of the friars, the stone friars.
Is this a contested strength?
No.
okay.
It is a 7, which is not going to hit you.
Nope.
The other 3 are unnoticing and attack at the cleric. Another 3 and another 3. Holy shit. So they all miss the cleric. They're like lazily swiping at this cleric, like trying to push her back into the corner where the stairs and the wall meet. It is now Althea.
How about...
You got spells, crossbow.
I was gonna say, can I do
Mace.
try the Sacred Flame again?
Yes.
So that's a dex save, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Alan makes the save.
This is a 8.
Ooh, that
-2.
fails probably because I think you have a
Yes.
13.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 13.
Now you can roll.
So now you do what the Sacred Flame says it does. It's probably not this.
No, yeah, that's for me because I'm higher
Okay.
level.
Just ignore the sticky note for now.
Okay.
But the card says, flame-like radiance descends upon a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
And
So
he
go
didn't
ahead-
succeed.
Go
So
ahead and roll your d8,
Yep.
which is this one right here.
Are you attacking the zombie that is that was being attacked by Scoria, or are you trying to aid the cleric?
Oh, crap. Scaria.
Scoria. Okay.
okay.
4.
So that's 4 radiant damage.
You don't add your spell modifier?
Not
No?
until
Okay.
level 8, I think.
I gotcha. It is Naral.
That zombie needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. 17.
Okay.
-2.
He makes it.
All right. It is Lana.
Wait. Bonus action.
Okay.
Bardically inspire.
Okay, Scoria.
Scoria.
Okay.
Thank you.
Scoria, she's the bestie.
Better than the rest of you.
She's gonna kill you.
A good bread and butter would be the Sacred Flame.
Because it's radiant and these guys are...
Well, then also can I also do a bonus action on top of that?
Yep.
Okay.
As long as it's an actual bonus thing. What are you
it
wanting to do?
says Shield of Faith and it says casting time 1 bonus action.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
that's fine.
Then that's correct.
Okay. A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice. A +2 bonus for AC for the duration.
Okay, who do you want to help?
You can help the cleric or me. Doesn't matter.
Probably her because she's
Scoria?
Scoria because she's doing all the fighting right now.
Okay. And then you want to do the
thanks.
Sacred Flame?
And trying to find.
Yes.
I'm trying to find the guiding bolt one too to see if because that one has.
You can't cast that one.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
gotta. You can only
There's
cast a
some rules
cantrip.
with casting spells that have a
With
bonus
a
action.
bonus.
Okay.
Since you casted the bonus action one, that's a leveled spell. It was.
You can only use so you can use 1 level spell and 1 cantrip in your
Okay.
round.
As
Okay.
long as one of them is a bonus action.
Okay.
And
So-
since your leveled spell
Was the
was the
bonus.
bonus, you can't use another leveled spell.
Okay.
Yep.
So
But she can
for-
use a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which would be Sacred
Sacred Flame.
Flame.
So
Yeah.
for the Sacred Flame,
Yep. They
I-
failed their dex.
so I just have to do the 1d8.
Yep.
Yep.
Is that one at disadvantage?
Nope.
No.
That's just damage.
Yep.
4 plus what?
Nothing.
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 Because it's a cantrip.
Excellent. Well done.
4 radiant damage.
It is Scari's turn.
I stand tall, like I totally look like that weirdo.
Yeah.
I'm like, be gone, you heathens! And I shoot a ray of frost.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, I do shoot it. It's
At the one around Scoria.
yep.
Okay.
It's 25 to hit.
Yep. That hits.
8 damage.
8 damage.
And it is slowed by 10 feet.
It dies.
That's right.
It's
so-
slowed by more than 10 feet.
It is slowed
So-
by 6 feet under.
So it's
Oh no.
God. So
Adam, you can stop now. It already worked.
Yeah. Please.
so
Begging you.
your ray of frost hits the zombie, which is swiping at Scoria, and it freezes it solid mid swing, and the momentum brings it through, hitting one of the statues, and Scoria just kind of like checks it back into the statue and smashes it into smithereens. That zombie is dead. Again.
I say, I am clearly a cleric because I killed that undead thing.
So the cleric is going to cast Spirit Guardians, and that very same winged figure shows up right behind the zombies. It is Scoria's turn.
I go to the next zombie and swing at it.
Does my Shield of Faith come into play at all for her and his?
When
It's a plus 2
she's
AC.
getting attacked,
Okay.
All right, that's a little
it
better.
helps her not be hit when she gets attacked, not when she's attacking.
Okay, so this is 9, and then I add 6. Okay, so 15 to hit.
15 hits. Oh yeah.
10 slashing damage.
Okay. And the zombies start attacking. One of the zombies like shambles towards you and trips over its own feet.
Whoa.
And body checks you at a 12, which is probably not going to hit
Nope.
you.
I've got a 15 AC.
17.
And
With your
then
plus two.
yeah, plus 2.
Oh, yeah, 17.
And then your friend is going to get hit, and the second attack will not hit. It is Althea's turn.
That worked really well last time, what you did.
Should I just do it again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Guess
kind
I-
of what cantrips are in this
Yeah.
version. Cantrips are like the fighter swinging their sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your basic go-to kind of action.
Okay, I'll just do the Sacred Flame again.
It saves this time, unless you have a 16 or higher.
You
Nope.
don't.
No.
Did you want to do the same thing as Alexis? She casted a bonus action leveled spell. If you
Are
have
there
any.
any?
I don't know if you do.
Nobody else is
She-
getting attacked.
She
so
does
you're
not have
probably
any bonus
okay.
action
Yeah.
spells.
Okay. Then it is going to be Nara.
Make a whiz save.
13. Damn. It is now Lana's turn.
We keep coming back around to me super fast.
Well,
You can use Guiding Bolt this turn if you want.
She has to concentrate on Shield of Faith.
Oh,
does
does
that
she?
work with?
Guiding Bolt?
I
Yeah,
think
guide-
you can do. Yeah, you can still.
Yeah,
do
it's only other concentration spells.
Yeah.
So yes, you could do a guiding bolt.
It doesn't
and then,
say anything about concentration for Shield of Faith.
Well,
It says duration 10 minutes.
Well,
it is a concentration spell.
Okay.
so continue with what you're doing.
So my command thing apparently has no effect on undead, and I figured zombies count.
Yeah.
As
Zombies
that.
are undead.
Hey, Alan.
Yes.
The zombies had their turn inside of Spirit Guardians.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I meant to do that. Good call. So
So while you do that,
Guardians,
I'm going to finish reading this.
The Spirit Guardian like whips its staff around, and as it does, it like clips one of the zombies, kind of like knocking it off its off kilter, and then it smashes another zombie, doing a pretty good amount of damage, and the zombie ends up prone. It is now Lana. What are you doing?
So I think I'm gonna try guiding bolt. So
Okay. Spell attack.
Yeah, so you have to roll to see if your attack will hit the d20.
Yep. Add your spellcast modifier.
14 plus. Where's the spell?
That's gonna hit.
Spellcast
Yeah,
modifier.
It's on your spell sheet, I think.
It's gonna
got it
hit
listed.
though.
Yeah, but
with
just
the
so
spell.
she
5.
okay. Yeah, so and then now you can roll the damage, which I think is 4d6.
Yes. I want the pretty d6s.
Is it radiant damage?
Yes.
It is.
So 16.
16.
On whatever one.
Wait, out of your 4d6? Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
So I'm attacking. It's not a group again, so it's just one
Right.
specific one now.
Right,
So
right.
whatever one
She was attacking it.
Scoria was attacking.
Yep.
And
it
then-
dies.
Also, in the next attack roll made against this target, and since it's dead,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It's dead. So this guiding bolt shoots forth, and it's kind of like this flash of light in the darkness, and it burns a giant hole in the zombie, and the zombie just crumples.
Nice job.
Well done. Scary.
Zombies have no place in the land of the living. 19 to hit and 7 cold damage.
All right. Just to the next one or the most damaged one?
The next one in line.
Okay. 7 damage. Let's see. So you hit it with this frost, and it falls, and it dies. That one's on its
right.
con save.
Because I'm a cleric and know how to kill zombies.
Yes.
So there's one left?
There is one left,
Okay.
and it's prone. So Scoria, your turn.
Is the other cleric gonna do anything?
Right. Good. Sorry. It
I mean, Scoria can take her turn.
Yeah,
I mean,
casts guiding bolt, and at disadvantage, which should still hit. Spellcasting modifier is a +5. Yeah, that hits. So that's 3d6, right? 4d6. 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Yeah, it outright dies.
That's what I figured.
So the battle,
Zombies don't like radiant damage.
she shoots this zombie, and when she does, she kind of like brushes her hair out of her face, and she looks back at you guys and is like, Ilmater sent you, thank you. And she starts looking up the stairs, and she says, Master, and she like bends down to one knee.
The stairs behind
I'm
us,
like-
or?
Yeah.
Explain these zombies.
Oh, yeah.
What are they doing here?
Sir, you created them.
That is right. Good answer. I was just checking to make sure you knew.
Deception.
That came quick, too. I like it.
It's gonna be good. That's a 21.
A 21.
Oh.
She's like, of course, and she bows her head.
And now for your next test. Why would I do such a thing?
I was hoping you'd do that.
She says, well, you've been saying that Ilmater demands us to be tested further, and so you created all of these zombies to test those who have been sent down here to aid the town in suffering.
So you're telling me that, willing or not, my clerics come down here and face these zombies?
Only the best of the best, sir.
Cool. You've passed this test.
Thank you, sir. Of course.
Fellow clerics with me. These are students, by the way. They're here to learn. You guys got any questions for Master Cleric here?
Deception.
Oh man,
Really pushing your luck here, Adam.
11.
11. She says, when did you start? Forgive my questions, but when did you start bringing trainees down here?
It's first time. This is it. This is first time.
We're almost
Of course.
We're almost out of our trainee phase, though.
Of course.
So
She says, I request that we take a short rest while I can recover. I've been down here an awful long time, as you know, sir, and I really need to catch my breath before my next test.
Yes, of course.
A hand or mac and cheese.
Okay. I need or anybody who wants to. I don't think anybody took damage, so anybody who wants to can use any of their short rest abilities. Wizards can gain back a small amount of spells, things like that. So
Oh, I probably need that because I've used up all mine.
you need a long rest.
And
No,
I
I
have.
can't. I can't roll any dice for it.
Nope.
Dang it.
that's for your health.
I have 30 minutes left to look like this guy.
Okay. At 30 minutes out of the hour rest.
Oh, it's an hour long. I thought it was
It's
a
a
half
short
hour.
rest.
I thought short rest was a half hour.
No, I believe it's an hour or 2 hours, something like that.
So at the end of the
Yeah.
short rest,
Yeah.
I would stop looking like this guy.
Okay.
And I would probably not know that it's just going to end like that.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So like you're sitting there and
Grilling her for information the whole hour.
yeah, grilling her for information
Yes.
and just kind of like testing her, right? And in the middle of it, you turn back to yourself, and she says, "Wait, no, you're. I've been fooled."
I look down on myself like, and for your next question, who is this man that I look like?
Deception.
11.
Do you want to cast? Can she cast guidance?
Not at this point.
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna use
Okay.
my inspiration.
Okay.
So 11.
She says, you are not my master. Who are you? What are you doing down here?
We're just trying to investigate what's going on down here. We've been hearing some screams.
These are sacred lands. You shouldn't be down here.
We got clerics with us. It's okay.
Yeah, clerics of Shanti.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like this city belongs to Ilmater and Shanti. It's cool. Listen, are you under
shouldn't.
distress? Do you want to be here? Because we're here to rescue you if you don't want to be here.
I'm starting to question whether I want to be here or not too. But this place is meant to question your faith. It's meant to test your mettle.
Sounds
But what
like
if what if the zombies got out and then attacked people in the town?
None of the zombies have gotten out, have they?
But that's the thing. They could.
There's some broken doors that say something got out.
Yeah, we came in through
No.
a broken door.
Oh no. We
Plus the fountain's
we
not
gotta
working.
go. We gotta go. And when she says that, from the top of the staircase, come these shambling figures. More zombies are coming at you guys. We can reroll initiative if you would like.
threw it
That
at
works,
the
I
tower
guess.
and it bounced off the tower.
Is it optional or?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
For brevity, we can keep what we have.
Oh, let's just do that. It's a lot easier.
I like my nat 20 into a 22.
Okay. What you see is these two zombies, and they're like coming through the door, and then you see the swarm, two swarms of zombie rats scurrying between their feet and running down the stairs, and then like moving to fall off the ledge.
Cool. I won't stop that.
Okay. It is Scoria's turn. What's in front of you is a pile of these zombie rats, like falling into this tight pile right in front of you, like bouncing off the lowest one and like do.
It's a swarm of zombie rats.
Yeah. They seem fine.
Oh, wait, I thought they were falling off from where we were, like, into something below.
No.
They're falling
on the
off
stairs.
the
You guys are
stairs
down
to
below.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. And the humanoid-type zombies are on top of the stairs still?
Yep.
Okay. I swing my axe at the swarm of rats in front of me.
Okay.
16 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Sweet. Oh, and I bonused as my rage, and I rolled a 1. Damn. Oh, no, this is damage. Never mind. Okay, so plus 6. So 7 measly damage for my rage.
Of slashing damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Slashing.
It doesn't do as much as you hoped. Next is the rats. So the rats start to swarm around you. They attack at you, Scoria.
Let's see what they do.
Nat 1 on the first attack. And the other swarm attacks at a 15.
Meets.
Okay.
We did a short rest, so
Yes.
Yeah.
the Shield of Faith is gone.
Yep. 6 points of piercing damage.
Lol.
Above you, the zombies shamble down the stairs to where the rats are.
Oh, yeah.
The zombies shamble down the stairs to where the rats are, and they throw themselves off the stairs, trying to hit you.
Real quick.
Yes.
The swarm, was that bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing
Piercing.
damage? Sweet. Then I only take -3. Thank you, AJ.
The first zombie falls like right next to you and actually damages one of the swarm of rats, the one that you hit. And the other one falls on top of you. And you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as its body falls.
So, like,
and
it
hits you.
doesn't... My AC doesn't come into play?
I already rolled against
okay.
it. Yeah, it was a nat 17 plus.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So then that 4 becomes -2.
And then you are prone underneath
it.
the zombie. It is now Althea's turn. So, Althea, what you see is your friend being swarmed by zombies now.
Can I take my mace and like cut them down?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, run into battle.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit the one that's laying on top of Scoria? You get advantage if you attack anything prone. So either of the two zombies that just jumped off are prone.
And so that means you get to roll 2 dice and take the higher of the 2 dice.
How does grabbing a shield work too? 'Cause she has a shield.
As long as
She can have it out. I assume the shield to be out at all times, unless you want to handle fluctuating AC, which no one really wants.
And I'm assuming it's a one-handed weapon. So yeah, mace
Yeah,
is
the mace is,
one-handed.
yes.
So
So for technical points, you've got your shield on one hand, blocking
mace.
stuff, and your mace with the other hand.
Yeah.
So maybe I
That's my
can
mace
take my
action.
shield and like defend against the two, and then take my mace and hit the one that's laying on.
well, you
Yeah.
will
Yep.
take your armor class. Your AC does that.
Oh,
Yep.
That's like an automatic thing.
Yep.
You just
Yeah.
I like
okay.
that.
use
So-
the shield to block.
He was just giving you a visual, I guess.
Yeah. So you want to attack the one on top of Scoria?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Is it?
So
Your
roll your
D20.
d20 and then add your attack modifier that's next to the mace.
You have advantage on it too.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll 2 of those. And then you add the number next to mace, which is 4.
To
The highest of the 2.
The higher.
Oh, is this a?
So is
Nope,
that a 9?
that's the 6. No, that's it. That is a 9. Sorry. All right, so I have 13.
That hits.
And roll your damage.
Yep.
Which is that, whatever that says.
1d6.
Plus 2 bludgeoning.
Well, depends on her strength modifier.
Which is +2.
So 5.
Yeah.
5. All right. Well done. Okay. Next is Naral.
So there's 2 zombies and 2 swarms of rats?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast Bane.
Ooh, what's that do?
3 creatures of my choice that I can see within range make charisma saving throws.
Okay. All right.
So the 2 swarms, and then the zombie that is not currently being attacked.
Okay.
Has not yet been attacked.
Okay. Sounds good. 2 swarms.
They better not be charismatic.
No.
The zombies.
No.
They got,
Very uncharismatic.
Like nice hairdos and
A
brush their
9,
teeth.
Does not make it.
and this might 15.
That does make it.
Okay, and a 0.
Okay, so the 2 that failed,
Yep.
subtract a d4 from all attack rolls and saving throws for the next minute.
So they can attack for crap now, basically.
Well, that's a little bit worse.
Okay. All right.
Which do I know which one?
One of the zombies and one of the most damaged rat swarm.
Okay.
Yep. It is now Lana.
I'll probably do the Sacred Flame.
Okay. That is going to be under 10. So
And you've got
they fail their sacred flame. So go roll your damage.
D8.
What are you attacking? Are you attacking the rats or the most damaged zombie or what?
Probably the most damaged zombie
Okay.
because it's with her.
Okay. Yep, go for it.
So I got a 3.
Okay.
That's radiant.
All right. And it is Scari's turn.
Are you scared? Because I'm very scary.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Not too scary though, because that missed.
Scary, not Scary. Okay.
Well, does an 8 hit?
A 8? Yes.
Does it really?
Yeah, they're zombies.
They're real not dexterous.
Yeah.
In that case, you can take 4 cold damage and be slowed by 10 feet.
Okay. One of the zombies?
Yes.
Okay. I hate to do this to you, but they are still prone, so you need to disadvantage.
It is still 8.
Okay. For you,
The
sir?
roll was pretty bad to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah.
So.
It was pretty bad.
All right. It is now Ally's turn. So what she does is she does another Spirit Guardian, and Scoria, your turn.
Now, when I'm prone, is it my movement I use or action to get up?
It is your movement.
Sweet, so I can stand up and then attack still.
Yes, I would still make you do a strength athletics, but it's not going to burn any of your action. I just... Ooh, ouch.
10.
10? You just, like, you push this zombie and it, like, rolls off of you, and you're able to stand up, and what do you want to do?
I'm going to take my axe and swing right down at it in front of me.
Okay, at that same zombie?
Yep.
Okay.
That's prone.
Yes. So it's advantage.
Okay, so that was a 14 or a 17 to hit, which will hit.
Yep.
So then 5 plus 6 is 11 slashing damage.
11. Okay. It might die. It dies. 2 on its save.
So I take my axe and I'm just really ticked off, and I just like smash it right into its neck and just completely sever the head off.
Yeah. It's like just above the clavicle and just like flump. Yeah, I like it.
How does that save stuff work? Is it just the last attack's damage, or
it is DC 5 plus the damage taken. Assumedly the last of attack. Otherwise it'd have like 22 plus 5.
sure?
So,
Doesn't the radiant damage overcomes that?
Yes.
But
that's right. So
but only if it's the last attack, or is it
no. So it wouldn't even gotten it. So
because it took radiant damage during the round?
yeah, before its turn. Yep.
Okay. That's what I was wondering about.
Oh, because I didn't use a radiant attack.
Yeah.
Normally, if you're
there was
a radiant or crit. Yeah. So, anyways, so you kill one, and then the zombies need to make saves. Okay, they all fail.
And then you're doing the guardian shield.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. So they have been stricken by this radiant damage. It is now their turn. One of the or two of the swarms start circling you again.
Give me their best.
13 plus 3, so 16.
Hits.
Hits. 6 damage, piercing. Or, I'm sorry, bludgeoning. This is bludgeon. No.
And that has the D4 minused out already?
No. This is the one rats that
Oh,
don't.
the one that doesn't?
Yep, that's piercing, sorry.
So it's 6 piercing?
Yep.
Alright, so that's -3 for me.
And then here's the ones that are baned. So that's a 17.
Hits.
Yeah. And then, so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you get slammed by the zombie, and then another above 17 as the other rats attack you, taking 4 points of damage.
Oh, okay, I have
Piercing.
Oh wait, so that's 2
Yeah.
points. Ha.
Yeah,
I have-
everything you took, I think, is halved.
Yeah, I did.
So, yeah.
You factored in the bane on one of the rats?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. On the rat and the zombie. So.
I've got 2 hit points left.
Woo! It is now Althea's turn.
Your barbarian has 2 hit points left.
Yes.
And your whole thing is healing.
Your wife has 2 hit points left.
It's not my turn. I can't do anything about it. Also, I didn't pick healing because...
I know, but you
we
got
had
healing
to.
potions.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will cure her wounds.
Yay!
Or cure
Okay.
Scoria's
Yep.
wounds.
So that's a D8.
Yes.
D8. It's this one, right?
Yep. Plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yep.
Which one is that?
5.
So
it's a plus 5.
Oh.
Wisdom.
That's your wisdom, so it's
it's
plus
3.
Oh. My bad.
It's a +3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Nice,
Maximum
Max.
Yeah.
healing.
Oh boy. Now
Nice.
I'm at
So yeah,
All right.
13 out of 15 HP now. Thank you.
And Anything else you want to do? I don't think there's anything you can
Sacred
do.
Flame
Okay.
is a.
I think it's an action. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Everything she
Sorry.
has is actions.
Now roll.
Vicious Mockery on
Okay.
the Swarm.
The most hurt one?
Sure.
I
Okay.
went from like almost dead to
12. What's my save? Wiz?
You need 12, yeah, Wiz.
Well, hold on. On the Swarm. Yeah. That's not going to do it.
Okay.
It has negatives.
Negative
so-
Wiz. I like negative Wiz. 3 psychic damage.
Okay.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack.
It dies. Wait.
Even
It's had
better.
a turn, right? Yeah. It just had a turn. Oh no, but it took radiant damage, so yeah, it dies. Well done. That's one of the baned ones. And then it is now Lana, your turn.
So since I'm down to just cantrips, and most of my cantrips are pretty much to help people, I guess I'll just do the Sacred Flame again.
Okay. On zombie or rats?
Which one looks worse?
The rats.
Probably that one then.
Okay. And it's a dex save. 14.
Needed a 13.
Okay, so it succeeds.
Swarms are bad news, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, swarms should be the focus
Okay.
Yeah.
of attacks.
Scary.
No, I didn't know that either. Because
They're,
they can
they're bad
avoid.
news because they have
Everything's
resistance to
half.
Everything.
Oh.
Even psychic damage?
No. Sorry, physical.
The physical
stuff.
stuff is halved because you're dealing with lots of creatures.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then
than
like you
just
can't
one.
do the attack of opportunities and all that. So okay,
So it is now Scari's.
good to know.
Take a moment.
Okay.
Look at him. I go. Looks like ice will do again because that's the only damaging thing I have. That's 22.
22
hits?
hits. Yeah.
That's 6 cold damage.
Rats.
Rats.
6. All right. They definitely look more than rough.
Probably a little cold too.
Yeah.
Like they might need a blanket.
Yeah. So
Don't
you
give
like.
them a blanket.
There's only a few left as you've turned these
put it
into
back
like
in
little
my
zombie rat icicles.
That's right. That's right.
Scoria.
Allies?
Right. Allies. Another guiding bolt. The guiding bolt misses. Oh wait, no. This is against a zombie. So yeah, that hits. Sorry. 8 for AC. And the zombie is dead.
Woohoo!
So you
there's
just
the
have
one rat
zombie
horde.
rats left. Yep.
And a 23 is gonna hit.
23 hits, yeah.
Oh,
What do you got?
I rolled a 1, so it's 7 damage.
7?
Yeah.
Let's see. Just 3?
Grumble, grumble,
That's
grumble.
3 plus 8. What is that?
11.
11?
Because 2 plus 8 is 10.
1 hit point
and then you
left.
add 1.
And it's their turn. So
Half damage.
they fail their whiz save.
So they take some
And
damage.
so they
back.
take a bunch of damage. So you hit these rats and like you're like chopping at the ground and you cut up most of the rats left, and with your last hit you knock the last rat into the air, and the spirit guardian like whirls its stick and it hits it and just splits it all over the
Nice.
place.
Did.
Well done. So you guys are you guys are taking a quick breath, and down one of these there's many hallways converging in this area. 3 hallways each side of the room, other than the stairs, and down one of the hallways you see these flashes of red and blue and green lights, and you see also this flashing silhouette of this like floating ball with like stalks coming off of it. Cleric that you've been hanging out with, Cleric Diathra, says, that thing's bad news. We need to get out of here.
Do we know what it is?
Give me it'd be Arcana.
And I
Yeah, hold
still
on
do
to
it
your
at
hats, people.
disadvantage,
This
right?
could be bad news.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
I still do it at disadvantage.
Yes.
Even after our rest.
Yeah, you need
Yeah, you need a long rest.
You only did a short rest, yeah.
Yep. I keep having like the high teens and then like a 7.
Okay.
So
So
but with my Arcana, I get a +1.
okay. So
8.
8. You don't know what this is.
Hey, Cleric Diathra, what is that thing?
She says, I have no clue, but it's killed most of the clerics down here other than me. It shoots laser beams from its eyes. It's bad news. We need to get out of here.
Well, let's go. I'm not beholden to this place at all.
Yeah.
It's called
That
a
was a
beholder.
funny one. See, that's how you do a joke.
The monster Alan was
This is the
describing.
monster that's coming down the hallway.
And
it's
it's
called a
cr-
beholder.
Yeah.
So he's
Only it's
not
undead.
beholden to this place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she starts running up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs she's like waving everybody through, and she's the last one to get through the doorway. You all are following the trek back. I need another Constitution save as everybody is running as hard as they can to get out of here. And from behind you can hear go.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Yeah.
I keep hoping
Roll
that
your
one of
20.
these times they're going to tell me
once
no.
you get exhausted, it gets hard to not be exhausted anymore.
Real?
16.
16, nice.
One of mine's at a 4, so
Ouch.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Can I
You feel invigorated.
Yes. Yeah. This is
how
like
tall is
your
Lana?
normal
5'4".
5'4".
I'm 5'3".
You wouldn't. Well, explain in a second. What do you got?
I have 21.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to carry her.
21. I gotta tell you a funny story
wanted
though.
to ask, but
So-
okay.
so
You
you're
could probably
running
take
and you're
some
like-
of her stuff, but it's still
Yeah.
going to be arduous.
So you're running and you're starting to pull away from the group, and you're like, man, this is easy. Like you must have just gotten warmed up from all this fighting. And you look back, and Lana is starting to fall behind, and the cleric won't let her fall completely behind. She's the cleric's in the last, and you're starting to see this figure like squeezing through this hallway, and you see like lasers shooting over the shoulders of Lana and Cleric Diathra, and you see the sizzling smoke come up from the back of the cleric, and she falls. The light of her eyes have dimmed. You see behind you
Lana's
Lana.
still going to cry.
Yeah,
There's tears.
You see between the tears, you see this undead ball of like melting flesh, and these rotted eye stalks are just hanging off in all different directions, and it's got these jagged teeth looking at you with its one big eye, and it's laughing maniacally.
They definitely characterized it a little more nicely on AJ's dice bag.
Yes. Well, that one's not
This is the
undead
not
either.
undead version.
Yeah, and in that instance, you're filled with fear as you start to fall behind the group as your speed is halved. What do you guys want to do?
Fear.
I'm
fear,
running
you say?
back, and I want to like grab Lana's hand and
Yeah, and jerk her forward.
yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I cast heroism
Ooh,
on Lana.
nice.
She is immune to being frightened.
Okay, I think with the grab of the hand of Scoria, and with the wise words of wisdom coming from Nalral.
Heroism.
Coming from Nalral, you feel almost invigorated, filled with this surge of adrenaline, and you start moving off. You're running, and you guys reach the apex of the hill that you've been running up, and you start to I think the people in back like start to slide down the stairs as it's much faster.
It's almost fun.
It's almost fun. I think I think at this point, like you've gained enough ground, and the undead beholder has slowed down from trying to like push through this small area, that when you get to the gate you can't see the beholder anymore.
I'm going to try to close the gate. Is it easy to close?
Yeah, you can close it. It just doesn't latch.
Did my mend make it so it latches?
No.
Can
The problem is it's like bent. It's like
The whole gate is
like
malformed, so it doesn't fit nicely where it needs to be.
Yep.
Can I malform the gate material next to it to jut out so that it won't be able to swing out?
If you can explain it in a way that makes sense, then yes.
So the door is probably bent in, and so it's able to swing out because it's smaller.
Yep.
So where it would latch to, I would want to bang out part of like one of the bars there,
sure.
so that becomes wider and thus catches on it.
Yeah, I think so. Give me a athletics or something like that.
Guidance.
21.
I forget that I can do it not on my turn.
So
21.
Yeah, 21. You're able to knock this slab of metal out just far enough, and it just lightly catches. It's kind of this gruesome sight, and like as you're close up to the gate, you notice there's like big dark smears of blood that is like imprinted on the gate.
All right, let's get out of here.
Where do you guys go?
Let's go back to that temple.
Shanti?
Yeah,
Okay.
not the evil one.
And rest and gather a bunch of clerics. Bring them all back.
And also warn about, because 1 or 2 zombies could have escaped since that door had been open.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe we should try to close the gate that, like, when we get out of the grate area, we should try to close it, just so that if there are zombies in the sewers, they're trapped in the sewers still, if they haven't already gotten out.
Okay. You guys start heading back to the Temple of Shanti, and you reach the temple, and with what little proof you have of the zombie attack, maybe small bits that might have clung to your guys' clothes,
And a witness.
and
No,
she
didn't
died.
make
No,
it.
she
Oh,
died.
she died. Oh, yeah, that's right.
and
Well, I mean, we can't really, like, Lana can't really fake her traumatization from.
right.
More tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Completely inconsolable.
Yeah, I think with this, you guys
Eat
you
some
guys
mac
are
and
able
cheese,
to
still
convince
cries.
you guys are able to convince that Lady Eladrid that there are zombies down below, and what the Burdened Saint has done is sacrilege and endangering the whole town. In the coming hours, I think Lady Eladrid has gathered all of the clerics of Shanti in the town and has made a cleaning sweep, or started a cleaning sweep of the sewers, converging back underneath the town of Ilmater. With that, she has also convinced the captain of the guard to hold the Temple of Ilmater at arrest. The town has the word in the town has spread that this moral ambiguity has been unleashed on the town, and the suffering that was happening down below was actually what was keeping the town alive, has set many at unease. The big question now in town is Should they continue to allow what the Burden Saint is doing so that the town can survive? Or should the town now try to survive without the water it used to have? Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Check us out on dmstable.com/RwA. We've got wiki entries for Keo and Kinian and all the other characters from the Long Chaos arc. And make sure to check out DM's Table. They've got blogs and things like that to offer. Thanks, Internet. Bye.